I think groups and social media groups and kind of networks.
Wait. 63 still having sex?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You don't understand. I have the files. I have the proofs. I have white men crying to codeine crazy. He lost his friend recently, and even I felt like I lost my friend. R.I.P. Screw, my guy, man. This is Future. Welcome to the family.
It was actually Euphoria. Euphoria's bad.
Euphoria's the best. But Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Family Matters cool.
Family's
That
deep.
was cold. It's cold.
Family Matters deep.
Drake ain't rubbish, you know.
He's not rubbish. He's not rubbish at all.
No, he's a thing. He is.
Make sure.
That's all what said
That's
that.
what I hate.
Like, you're dumb. Everyone who voted for reform, you're so stupid. We said it the other day when we were talking about enemies of progress. And like, you lot are so focused on the immigrant when you should actually be taken to task the government that's treated you like idiots. You're not
in comedy. I loved it. He actually should be a welcome to the family. I love that he did this
That's
take,
100%.
and people are discussing it. You've got the FBAs in there being like, see, this is what it is. They're not like us. Like, all of that shit.
All right. So we have had another email come into us for an auntie-vention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read it for you all. I've been a widow for 26 years this year. I'm turning 63, and now I find myself an empty nest. For a long time, I had resigned myself to the idea of not remarrying due to circumstances beyond my control. However, I now feel a genuine need for companionship. I'm not entirely sure how this platform might help, but I thought I would reach out anyway. If it's not the right place for this, I understand completely. Thank you for the work you do.
Aww.
That is so sincere.
I love that.
No,
bless her.
So she's 63. She's been a widow for 26 years.
That is a long time.
That is a long time. I don't know if she's had fun in between.
I hope so. I really do hope so, because what was she in her 40s, 30s?
She was in her 40s. She was 43. No,
37.
37. God, from
Oh,
37. Imagine 30. She's good at 37.
I hope she's had.
Wow.
No, 100% she's had a bit of fun.
But she's talking about having one in companionship now. But do you mean you want someone to see your final days out with?
I mean, she's only 63.
No. When I say that, I mean your final days. I don't mean you're going to die tomorrow.
Everybody comes.
The last person. I meant the last person.
I know you're going to
the last quarter.
Her last person. Yeah, last quarter, not final days.
So she could have a good 30-odd years.
Yeah, she could have 60. Yeah. There's a lot of technology out there today. Anyway, let's back to the matter.
Richard Attenborough's 100 today, isn't he? So
who?
Richard Attenborough. David
Attenborough.
Richard's long gone.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Richard was, you remember Jurassic Park? The original Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
He was the white man.
That's it.
He was called Richard Attenborough.
Yeah, he's David's brother.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you saw it.
And everyone knew about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out the Attenboroughs. They're giving their thing, fam.
They did their thing.
It seems like it's seemingly unproblematic for the whole of their life. And that 100 years, imagine that you can live on this earth and not be problematic.
Nah,
wonderful.
David Attenborough is definitely problematic.
He's not.
I think it is in every animal's business. If I was an animal and every minute I've got my cousin online talking about what? Stay out my business, David Attenborough.
No one didn't know I was here before you spoke.
I was bailing up the whole spot. Animals might have something to say, but yeah. All right, back to the lovely lady who got in touch with us. You're 63 and now you want to get back out there and find a companion. Talking to them. But so what? So what do you want to? What do you think?
She wants help. She's basically saying she doesn't know if this is the right platform, but I suppose she's contacting us for our advice on it. And you know, it's an auntie-vention.
Well, I wonder if there are apps for older people.
There are.
There's an app for everything. There are apps for older people, definitely.
So
absolutely.
Try the apps.
Absolutely.
What do we always say?
It's been a long time since I've done that.
You haven't done a dad joke for ages.
Today I've been doing a lot of them at work, so I think that's why it's come out.
Oh, wicked. Absolutely. I like that one. You can try the apps. We always advise, signing up to some like Facebook groups or social media groups.
Yeah.
What are your interests? Mm-hmm. What do you like doing? Finding like-minded people. What's your friendship circle like? And I'm assuming if you're asking us, that means your friendship circle and your married friends are not helpful.
Oh, wow.
To helping you find.
You know what I find though? I'm thinking of my mum and her friend at that stage. So my dad left and my mum was maybe about 55 and there was lots of others. My mum never got another guy. And that's really quite common as well.
It is.
It's like, I'm glad that she got in touch. I want you to get out there and find another person. Like, come on, life is short.
Life is short. It's nice to share it with someone.
Peen can be your best friend as well. So let's ride.
Who?
Again.
Peen.
She said, let's ride again.
Penis.
As in the penis.
Oh, wow. I mean, she's 63, but you know.
She still go, man.
She's still got a little bit of life.
Yeah. She ain't 93.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's what she...
I don't think she wants just pee.
Yeah.
I
feel
think
like
she wants a
23
pee
years, she's
all
got
the
to
time.
get a pee.
So I think she wants someone to settle down
She
with.
does. She said she wants companionship.
Yeah, that could be, she could be talking quite respectful 63-year-old language.
I don't think
companionship.
so. I actually, but I'm going to say this. If she follows us, if she watches our show, she ain't watching us for us to be like, oh, go and get a friend. You can have a pen friend. Like, no, she's asking us.
No, I'm saying companionship might be code for
She
peen.
wants companionship where she can get everything.
Yeah, I think she deserves everything.
I do too.
like that.
Penis and friendship.
Me too.
And I think if you want long term or want short term, I think apps are good for if you want to have a go. I think groups and social media groups and kind of networks.
Wait.
No.
63 still having sex?
Oh,
Get out of here.
So, are you saying when you're 63 you're not going to be having sex anymore?
Are you crazy?
I mean, I ain't gonna be looking for it. Like this,
you're going to be
Well, but
You're
what's
just,
gonna happen
so
is
if
you're
you
gonna
ain't
be
got no
quiet.
gal at 63, you're going to be content to just not have
To
sex
just be like,
ever
oh
again.
no, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Can I just say,
Why are you being sexy?
I
You're saying
highly
about
doubt
women at
things
63.
dry up at that, where you're living.
oh no, on it. Like,
Nah, man, I think at
So it
63.
is. Maybe I
think at 70.
63. Like,
You're thinking about a woman being at 63 wanting sex, isn't it?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
just.
I know.
But why?
crazy, bro. Like my
the
nan,
still.
like I can. If I ever walked in the room, and this is no respect to this young lady, like I'm sorry, but I'm thinking about my nan, and I hear my nan talking about I'll be like, Nan, you can't even walk up the stairs adequately, and you're talking about you want to get man.
Listen,
But not every
Let's
63
chill, man.
we were talking about age earlier.
Yes,
Age is different now.
it is.
And as
It is
you
very
age,
different
You realise
now.
age ain't age.
It's very different.
Jim Jones is a granddad. That's
You know
so
what I'm saying?
true.
I remember when my mum turned 50, and that seemed like she was,
Yes.
Hitting the wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, you old. And now it's like,
It's
nah.
on our doorstep. It's all
63
relative.
is literally round the corner. It's not crazy.
So like in
course.
14 years, I'm not going to want to get
You're
penis.
going
I
to want to have
definitely will.
penis.
Yeah, like the only
Definitely
thing is, if
will.
hormonally, it's like everything's gone left.
But not always.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying only if hormonally that your body changes. Like, okay, I don't want it anymore. But generally, we are human beings that need companionship and stimulation.
There's a dating show on Netflix, and it's I can't remember what it's called, but it's about older people
Age
dating.
of attraction.
Age of Attraction.
My
Thank
mum
you,
watches
Nana.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's basically got people in their late 50s and
Yeah.
60s doing the do.
My mum,
Why not?
and I think if my mum could find a boyfriend at her big 84,
I'd like your mum to find a boyfriend.
Serious?
Anyway, when she comes, Grenada,
Yes.
I might
doesn't
find her
stop.
an uncle.
Do you know what? All
will
you lot
find
need
you
to go
an
to
uncle.
Jamaica. I know for a fact over there, it don't stop. Partying don't stop at no point. Maturity don't really into
you should know.
the
Yeah.
realm at any point.
Yeah.
Jamaica's a good place if you're.
I think back
Actually,
home.
like the
63.
idea of the holiday thing.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
that program that used to come on in like late
Something
80s?
abroad.
Shirley Temple or something. Not Shirley Temple. It was a white woman. She was middle-aged.
Shirley Valentine.
Shirley Valentine.
Shirley Valentine. And she would go on the
Yeah, yeah,
cruises
yeah.
and have a little
Yeah.
Shirley
Shirley
Valentine.
Valentine.
Can't
Yeah.
go on what? Can't go on cruises anymore. Don't go on a cruise right now.
I mean, it was one
Trust me.
I don't care. Let's just not. Don't do cruises.
Don't
But there are
start pressing the
parties.
panic button.
Yeah,
I am.
there
Don't.
are other holidays that older people can go on. Saga holidays.
What's that?
Oh yeah, Saga holidays is a thing. It is. I swear my mum's been on a Saga holiday. I swear she did.
How'd you get there?
It's a boat. You can
No,
go.
like I said, I'm going to avoid boats for like 3 months.
Please
It isn't just a
I'm
cruise.
allowed to be scared.
It's not just
You can.
Yeah, that's
Shirley Valentine.
Shirley Valentine.
Right, cool.
That
Listen,
is
I think,
so old.
okay,
I was a child though.
We were
guys.
all children,
I should not have
Nana.
been watching Shirley
Nana,
Valentine.
we were all
but I
children.
remember it.
We were all children now.
We were all
Yeah.
children.
Relax.
Just before people start thinking that we're also in our 60s.
No,
we're not in our 60s yet, but it's around the corner.
I mean,
Ish.
right,
Down the road and round the corner, up the hill, okay?
yeah.
However-
It's a little way away still.
But still, we've got solutions. On the apps, if you want to find a quick fix. Social network groups, if you want to kind of find your like-minded people and see who does, I don't know what you like, what you're into, and see, and maybe
I feel
go out.
like you should start travelling as well.
And
like
travelling is good. Find a travel
if you're
group.
63, you've got to be close to retirement.
Yeah.
You know?
I would hope so.
In the next, I'd like to hope that in the next...
Or she's balling and she's got bare money.
Either or. Like, I'd like you to be close to retirement. Because I like, my mum's married, I'll just put it out there. But I love my mum's age of retirement. You know, since she was in her late 60s and now she's in her mid 70s. She's like doing big things. She's like a different person than she was when she was, you know,
going on the cruise.
Yeah, she does bits. My mum goes, when she goes Grenada, she don't want me behind her. That says a lot because she's doing her stuff. You know, I'd like her to travel, this woman. I'd love her to travel, see things she hasn't seen before, meet people she hasn't met. You know, just
meet a nice
new experiences. Get a little Dexter on the beach.
Yeah,
right?
Dexter.
What
Dexter?
Don't touch the name
Dexter.
No, not one of those.
No,
a little Dexter.
Not a beach guy.
Just to open her up.
Not a beach guy because he's.
I want Dexter.
I want
to get stigmatized by the wrong guy.
She won't get stigmatized.
Listen, from a Dexter on the beach. Yes,
she's 63. I feel like Auntie knows better.
Relax.
I feel like Auntie knows better.
No, because she's been a widow for 23 years.
She needs a little...
If you get
open up the door again.
No,
not a Dexter. No. Not a Jamaican man.
I never said Jamaican. I just said Dexter.
No man from the beach. No.
A little Dexter.
I'm warning you.
A little Dexter from the village then.
And if you ask about passport, don't say nothing.
No, you don't say... Yeah.
And you can't fall in love.
You can't fall in love.
Remember, what you got to do is fuck them duck. I'm not really joking.
Now you're going too far.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm really joking.
But to be fair, we don't know you. You don't know your levels. Then you're a bad girl in the streets or whatever. Do you? But we've got, and that must be so. It's travel, apps, network groups.
Do you have money? I just want to know if she's got money.
Yeah,
that changes everything.
That does change things.
It really.
If you've got money, I just think it's time for you to just go and take an individual path and see what attracts you after you do your own thing. People, I never really understood the going to look for love. Like, it's not like, or going to look for a partner. I've never understood that.
Because you've never had to.
No one has to.
No, I think it's about intention. It's rather, and something like you take yourself in a comfort zone and then go about your business. The minute you start talking about something, so now she's opened up and says, I want to find a partner. Usually, I want to start this thing. I want to start this new venture. The minute you start putting it out in the universe,
I like that.
The universe, the ancestors, or whoever you believe in, start put things in your path. And so if you take notice of the things that are coming your way, you might say shoes today, and then next day you say, yeah, man, I do this thing and I run shoes.
But don't you think also, like, I'll walk down the street, my brain is designed for me to look at what I like. Just automatically. So if you show me and say, did you see that girl? Unless it's something that hits the criteria that I like of a female, I'm not going to have noticed her. Doesn't mean she's not attractive.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. So that means we're all designed as human beings to like a particular thing. So if you figure out who you are, you could probably say you know what you're going to attract. So without knowing who you are, this whole path, I think, even at the beautiful age of 63, is a bit pointless to just throw yourself out there. I think it's nice to know who you are. That narrows down where you should go. That narrows down who you should speak to. Narrows down what you should eat. It narrows down so much information before you take on the path of accepting people, because then you might be a racist cab driver. I'm joking, cut that
out. You know what? I feel like what you're saying is the same steps.
Yeah.
All we're saying is do the things.
Do them.
Yeah.
To know what you're after. A lot of people can just be in their houses dreaming of, it would be nice if, but they're not stepping outside to actually even meet anybody. Whereas your life is full of lots of different things. There are so many people that are literally in their house.
Meet people. That's the problem. Like, honestly, like, my life, I know it sounds a bit weird because obviously you do the poet thing, and I'm not saying you should do everything I'm saying, darling, but my life doesn't involve anyone else until I've come to the end of what I need to do. So if it's like, yo, do you know what? I don't even like the way I'm dressing. I'm going to need to go and change my wardrobe. Until I get to the end of this wardrobe change situation, I don't want to talk to nobody. Because once I get to the end, I'm the refined version of that, and now I can attract people in. In the in-between stages of that, I'm going to end up with people that I don't actually want here at the end.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
so,
but where we're assuming this woman is at, is like, I'm ready now, and I'm reaching out. I would like some advice on what to do next.
Do you know what?
So the advice of what to do next is try these things. It doesn't mean to say you
That's true, yeah.
take the first person or the, do you know what I mean? You're going to put, because if you're in a situation where you're not meeting anyone and you're ready to meet people, you cannot meet someone at home. And you do have to go outside. And so even if it's like, okay, go out with your friends more, if you don't have that, and 63, sometimes friendship groups are a bit, we're a bit way.
They're at different stages.
And if everyone's at different stages, we don't know if all her circle's married. We don't know if all her circle's single and bitter. We don't know if all her, we don't know anything about that. But if she's saying, I need some advice on what to do next, she can only take those steps. And if she's not healed or she's got any broken stuff, she definitely has to go on the path of healing that. But she will learn that also with the people that she meets. Because she might go out there and meet all these people and be like, oh no, I'm not ready.
I think as well, she's a widow, right? That's an important thing to remember. There are a lot of groups who have widows and widowers that you can join.
Yeah.
And then at least there will be people who probably have a similar experience to you. That's what I would suggest that you do.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Or there's this project that came out in 2015. It helped me through a lot.
God almighty.
It's called Dirty Sprite 2. It's made by a guy called Future.
Auntie, don't listen to Future.
Auntie, I'm just saying, consider it.
No, actually, no, you know what? Listen to Future.
Thank you.
Listen to Future and make your own conclusion.
Make your own conclusion. There it is. There's something for everyone.
Because it might land with her.
Maybe.
I'm not saying nothing.
She might land in Atlanta. She might go Miami. Now she's in Booby Trap. I'm not saying go there.
What?
What the hell is Booby Trap?
It's a long story.
It's a club.
Oh my God.
I want to know.
No, listen, part information, part...
I'm just saying, take it into consideration. Don't knock it.
Yeah, listen to Future and see how you get there.
Advice that they say in it, do something that you haven't done before every day, like one thing, and it can be a small one. If you've never listened to Future,
I'm telling you,
I guess listen to him.
Yeah, that's
because
you
might
like one little thing every day, you change it a bit, and your life literally changes. They say the compound effect.
Yeah,
so,
it's true. It depends on what Future he listens to as well.
My girl cousin loves Future.
Serious.
If he listens to Future,
you lot will
L-O-V.
This is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Yo, Future loves love, you know. People think he's just this. Guys, I heard them. I know you know the cadence. It's just. You just gotta.
Oh my God.
Listen, Future made me even love. He makes me want to love myself more. That's how deep it is. How can he say after a girl cheated on him, you ain't even trying to be special? When I understood that, it didn't. I don't even care if you cheat on me no more. You ain't even trying to be special. Oh my God, Future.
But
God bless you.
Did he turn that on himself when he cheated?
That literally was all I was
saying. When did he cheat? When did he cheat?
Ciara said that he cheated.
Ciara says a lot of things.
Oh, here we go.
But have you heard the music? Because I know what Ciara's mum also said, because I listened to Future. There's two sides to every story. And there's also the truth. And I believe the truth lies with
Future. Sister Ciara, I got you.
I'm just saying, shout out Ciara though. I actually love Ciara.
Oh, yeah.
It's too late. You're rooting for her ex. All right. Sis, I hope we've given you enough, and I hope we were the right platform to at least start you on your journey to finding a companion.
And let us know, please.
Yeah, please keep us posted.
Yeah, we like updates, indeed.
We lot are really. Do you know what? For someone to feel at the tender age of 63 that you lot have the answers to a situation that doesn't actually involve any of you lot, and you lot have no knowledge on, you lot are really giving off a really warm energy. Like, that's proper nice. That's what I hope I'm still doing that to someone or everyone is doing that. We could take a page.
Participate.
Do that.
I'm 63. Like, I mean, for her to even say, I'm watching this, like she's engaging. She's even maybe a bit too old to engage with internet culture like that, but she found her place.
Yeah.
See the same way you found your place here, darling? Figure out that path. You found your way here. I'll tell you that. I trust you.
We trust you. We have faith. Keep us posted, love.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Your Aunties Could Never. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all the aunties and shopping.
Oh.
And I'm here with...
Okie dokie. I'm Farah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I'm Nana, a.k.a. the Black Fairy, a.k.a. Dark and Lovely.
And... guys, we are here with one of our most favorites, loveliest, cutest, sweetest, he loves Future, bestest baby boys in the whole wide world.
He is
Yes, champion. Who's a champion? He's a champion.
I do it all for future, man. I do it all for future.
Oh God.
Welcome, baby boy. It's been ages.
Now
we love having you.
Love it.
Dare you stay away for so long?
Yeah, it's rude.
We've been trying all year, and you've just been away.
You've been blanking us, bruv. Not really.
No,
you haven't.
No, you always.
You haven't.
Never ever.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be online at all. To be fair,
I hear it.
Don't worry.
No,
Not every day online.
You've been everywhere, though.
Fair.
I know, but
I love to see you traveling and making content, and just bringing in all of your pods in different ways.
I know.
I love
saying,
watching you grow, man.
I appreciate that. No, but I think I was saying to AK before, it's just a bit of a mess, and it's become a very much of a place of. The one thing about our space, I loved it survived off cultural principles. So, you know, like a commercial principle is it's not my business. Well, in the hood, I'll tell you what, our neighbors can tell off my kids because we know how we should be operating as a community. So that real genuine community spirit is no longer here. So therefore, I'm just in a mess. So
I hear
it's
it.
like, let me just get myself out of it for a little while. I just figure out when I forward back how to do it appropriately. I think I've got a bit of a plan now. So I'm immersing myself in as I do. Do you know?
Nice one. Good. Well, do you know what? We do welcome to the family. I feel like let's hand over welcome to the family to you. Yeah. Who do you want to welcome to the family, poet? I thought you had one lined up.
Breaking news.
The thing is, like, welcoming something to a family that should already be here is actually quite upsetting. To welcome this to the family and knowing that this podcast has happened for so long, my question is, why hasn't it been welcomed before? I question the guests that you've brought and I question the integrity of them. The person I would like to welcome to this wonderful pod is an individual that has been making music, or I've listened to since 2014. It's 2026 now. He's been making music from Dungeon Family era. He was in the Dungeon Family with Outkast. At that point, it was called Meathead or Meatloaf, I believe. Years later, after him finding an incredible way, I've seen white men cry to his music. Like, you don't understand. I have the files. I have the proof. I have white men crying to Codeine Crazy. He lost his friend recently, and even I felt like I lost my friend. R.I.P. Screw, my guy, man. This is Future. Welcome to the family. I'd like to thank you lot for giving me the opportunity of welcoming Future to the family. And most importantly, if you haven't heard Dirty Sprite 2, that's an introduction that I believe will definitely help you. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Amen.
Okay.
I mean, I need one day for somebody to give me a welcome to anywhere like that.
Like that?
Like, you know what? He's your hero.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But can you? I don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
No, don't.
It's
a welcome. Remember the deal with welcome to the family. There's no one picking.
He's been an enemy of progress
no one picking.
Plenty of time, so let's...
Yeah, there's usually no one picking with a welcome to the family.
I was just going to ask, why though? But so leave it there.
Leave it there.
I think he gave us lots of reasons.
I believe today, there's a famous Jay-Z line. You listen to music and you just skim through it. I think we have a capacity to skim through cultural icons, if you want to use the word, because when they immerse themselves in a commercial space, all they take is headlines. So if they give you 10 years of truth, well, 10 minutes of headlines, that's what commercial will use. MJ is a prime example. 17 years of research the FBI did to find nothing. I don't know why they didn't dedicate that time to Oprah Winfrey. They would have found her with Weinstein. But no, she's doing Color Purple, convincing my black sister she's a great person. But Future, on the other hand, incredible man, told you exactly what he represents at the start. And if you choose to still be involved years later, you only have yourself to blame. Amen.
I kind of
did the answer your question.
Okay.
I need to cleanse my palate.
Sage.
I just want to. I mean, does that suffice as an answer?
It did.
You know what?
It was an answer, and I appreciate.
Is he not one of many people's top 5?
He is.
It has to be.
There's a lot of people that really respect and love him. So
yeah.
Who are we? Mere mortals.
All right. Who am I?
Yeah.
And it's like, and now it's a dating requirement to find out is Future in your playlist. I have recently spoken to somebody, and it's one of the questions I asked. Is Future in your playlist?
Did they say yes?
Man said yes. And I said,
did you lock them off?
I didn't lock them off. I went,
but was he a fan?
When I expressed shock and horror, he was like, no, just on my playlist.
Just listen to it.
But I feel like it was a caveat to try and...
No. No. You're lying. And I think you should stand strong in your belief and love for Future. Don't let AK hold you back. You've known AK for 5 minutes. You've known this guy for more than 5 years. Stand in your truth.
And to be fair, my last love, like Future.
So come on, my G's. I'm just saying there's a Future song that everybody has at least one Future song there.
I don't.
Don't you?
Oh, I have the flute one.
Is the one with Rihanna.
Yeah, same.
That's my Future.
Everybody has a Future song.
One with the flute. What's the one with the flute?
But it's so...
The flute.
It gets played all the time.
That's quite a flute. Which one?
It's because it's the earworm of it all. The flute one.
What flute one? What is that?
Mask Off.
She's just making stuff up. Mask Off is incredible.
I only knew it from the inflection.
The flute one.
Yeah.
Mask Off is incredible. And most people don't like to publicly admit that they like Future because where he stands. But if you listen to most other rappers or most other musicians or politicians, they stand in, if not worse positions, similar positions.
Do you know what it is with Future? I like Future as a feature.
Future.
As a feature artist. Like when he's on someone's track, I can appreciate him. But I'm not going to say like I'm going to put on a Future album and listen to Future. I'm not there. But if he's on a track, I'm like, I can appreciate it.
Always have something. That's fair.
It's true.
He's rolling. Listen, Beyonce stole one of his songs, but people don't want to admit this.
No, I didn't know. Talk about it.
Drunk in Love.
What? That was Beyonce's song.
What? This is what I'm trying to say. When you're ready, you can go to that. I love SoundCloud. So we was like, that's how Vibas got started, through SoundCloud.
Okay.
So that's where I used to listen to Future as well. Loads of artists were on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Drunk in Love was a song on Future's SoundCloud that Beyonce stole and tried to make it seem like it was all her. No, it was Future's song.
Why is that not out there?
Because Future doesn't care. They asked him, but he doesn't care.
Do you know what's mad?
He don't
care. I was listening to something today and he was on some, I believe it was Chris Brown's song, I don't know. But he's got a song and he says something about surfboard, doesn't he?
But this is it. Do you know what it is?
I was listening to something and he said surfboard and I thought, oh, that's nice that he said surfboard. Homage to Beyonce. Okay.
Beyonce, listen to that flow. Beyonce's a commercial artist. She has to borrow from culture in order to appeal to everybody globally so she can do, because cultural people are just talking like Kendrick Lamar. That's why I would say he's one of the best. He's talking, how can you talk to the world when you're just talking to LA? You don't even care. That's what cultural music is. You're talking to one part of the world, people are butting in. Commercial artists go, take a bit of that.
Yeah, definitely.
They do.
So Beyonce, you can't have that flow. That's an ATL flow. You're not from ATL. You're Beyonce. You have Jay-Z as a husband. You're basically like middle-class America. That's what you are. You can't come with that drunk in love flow. That night you spoke about in that song, you never lived that night. It's not your life. But if Future done it, we would go, oh God, we can't listen to that. But when Beyonce does it, it's cool. That's why I say we all like Future, even when we don't.
Relax, though. Okay.
My ex-girlfriend's here, you're right.
Okay. Take time. But to be fair, in the relationship that I was in with the person who loved Future, I did hear a lot more Future than I've ever heard in my life. And there were some bops that I heard. However,
so you
but I'm not
to appreciate.
But I still have not put him on my playlist.
Okay.
Because I need a guidance would be fair because it's too broad. And I didn't necessarily like that. Was he in the mumble rap era? Or what was his era? There was a style of rap that I didn't like because I'm from the 90s hip.
Yeah, I thought he was
definitive lyrical. And he did a little bit of, what was the name of his type of rap? Was it mumble?
But this is another thing we should do as well. We should love our people.
Okay.
So loving our people means we have to understand where our people are coming from. So you said the 90s era. I resonate with that. Why? It's the New York rap. Now, New York and Europe
and
like holding hands. Now, when you go ATL and you talk to them, they have a different twang.
Of course, we understand that.
So if they were to rap, we wouldn't understand it, not because it's mumble rap, it's because it's the same way if they were listening to dancehall. They're not going to understand what's
No.
I get coming from.
No, I do get that, but there was a style that I was just like, what? I hear what you're saying, but it wasn't just an ATL sound.
No, but New York rappers were saying it. There were some, they basically was trying to say Migos or mumble rap. Migos or mumble rap. Migos are just from an area where everyone speaks like that, and if you're from there, you'll understand it.
So it's almost like a derogatory term.
Yeah, like you're just trying to say.
Fair enough.
It's kind of like saying, like, sorry to always make it like this. some middle-class white girl from Chester comes in and hears some black people, oh, what's all of that poppycock? Like, that's how I hear people
mumble
say
rap.
that's mumble.
Okay,
like,
fair.
Nah, Migos are cold, bro. Like,
you're actually the first person to break it down like that.
Yeah,
and
that's
that makes sense.
Because I've heard hip-hop heads, even like authority people say mumble rap.
But they are New Yorkers. Now I'm thinking about all the people that talk about
LL Cool J said stuff.
No, but I'm just saying, but it became, as far as I know, not even just New Yorkers, it became like a genre, and it was favoured. But then I'm like, yeah, because it feels like it's dumbed down in a sense. I didn't play it to ATL because we also had in the 90s, we had ATL rap groups that were not mumbling. And they still had that ATL swag. Exactly, they still had that ATL swag without that kind of like one word and then a beat and then one word.
But you see, for the people that were naming it mumble rap, it does make sense that you are putting it in a category like you guys aren't as good as
dismiss it. Like you're not really
I actually
rapping.
can see the correlations now. And as a rapper who was doing your thing and it's popular, especially from the South, you would be like, here go the New Yorkers trying to be like, we're not as good as them.
Yeah.
And if you take a look at 1995, you had Outkast on stage at the Source Awards.
Yeah, not getting
back. No love for the South.
Yeah.
To me, it was like you're always just trying to find a new reason to say something when musically, essentially, as an artist, you're painting a picture. And if my picture has more clarity to the same people you're trying to speak to, if we're talking to the same crowd and people just understand my picture a little bit more, you shouldn't be angry with my style. You should actually look at it and go, so him as a character, he's so resonating with the people that he's from, they just recognize him as a higher version of them. Whereas a lot of rappers in New York, especially now, they're trying to create something that doesn't exist in real life, then say it's culture and expect me to like it. This doesn't even exist in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. However,
shout out Future.
There has been a kind of erasure of storytelling and original roots and tenets of hip-hop. So that, whoever's to blame for that.
Yeah.
There's that. So it's not just the fact that people are complaining about hip-hop and where it's like just downing the mumble rappers, if that's what you want to call it.
There are some mumble rappers, by the way. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It did become an actual genre.
I don't think it was a genre. I just think people were threatened by a sound that...
No, but I feel like people adopted it and just was like, okay, cool, it is what it is. But it doesn't make it go away. It still became a thing.
Again, I just think it was a black person being a Karen. Like, they're seeing something that is a danger. Like, New York was running rap. Like,
yeah, but they fell off a long time, though.
No,
before mumble rap, though.
But no one was.
Yeah, exactly, no one was.
And then, the South just said, this is ours, whether it be Migos, whether it be
their
Future,
sound,
Young Thug, Gunna.
Yeah.
Like, it was just them.
But that's what you're saying.
East Coast let go of that. Lost their... Because they was like...
West Coast and the association with gangster rap. Okay, West Coast, they do gangster rap. And then, like, South come in, they've got their own sound. And then it's been tarnished by people saying, oh, it's just mumble rap.
And I'm like, if it was mumbling and you couldn't understand it, it wouldn't be top 10 in there wouldn't be so many artists trying to work with people that people couldn't understand. I just think they labeled that just kind of to put it down to try and gear people to, because New York just they weren't having no love, bro.
That.
Like, no love.
I think I understand what you're saying as well, though, because with every with popularity, there will always be people who are trying to replicate that, and they can see, okay, well, this is making money, so they'll have people, and that's West Coast, East Coast, wherever the hell it is looking. There's always going to be people that do that. So there are some people within that, in that sound, who probably have come along because they think this is an easy thing and I don't even need to be good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, and then, but we'll stand on the fact that you have brought Future into our house, into our family.
And he's got to behave himself.
Yeah.
He hasn't been having any kids recently, or I haven't been following him. I don't know.
Has he had a recent bump?
Himself?
He hasn't been having any children.
Good.
I'll let you know. His friend recently passed.
I saw that. Rest in peace. Yeah.
So he's just been taking some time.
And he's still grieving.
He cut off the dread.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
So there is a maturity that I'm seeing.
I hope so.
Okay.
Look, I want to love him because we're the same star sign. Yeah, we are.
See, this is what I'm saying. You're probably more alike than you even care to admit.
Probably.
All right. So you can't hit who you are. You have to accept it.
Okay.
All right.
Let me mention. Love you better.
I've got a welcome to the family.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, relax your skin. Jeez, like this is where you are, like Future.
So good, your name.
You mentioned two things that kind of like align themselves with my welcome. You said about someone whose star sign is the same as you.
Yeah.
And you said about Kendrick being the greatest lyricist of all time. You didn't say it in such way, but basically you did. I would like to welcome Kendrick to the family because it is 2 years since They're Not Like Us, They're Not Like Us dropped. And it was like the greatest diss song ever. And I just want to re-welcome him to the family. We welcomed him then.
He's already
It's about to be Gemini season. And I just want to welcome back Kendrick.
Welcome, Kendrick. You're always
showing
with us.
the world like how you can,
I was listening.
dismantle somebody,
I was listening
but in a way that is just iconic.
Facts. Big facts.
I want him back though now.
No, he's going to take a break. He's got to take a hiatus. It was a lot for him.
Yeah.
He stood outside for longer than he normally does. So this was a big outside for him.
He
needs
And then he did it.
Kendrick. He needs
No, I'm not.
You
I
want
want
Drake back.
Oh, you want Drake back? Oh, he's
Drake's
coming.
trying.
15. Next
trying.
week. Next week. He's coming.
He's trying.
Come back. I actually want him to do well.
Yes.
Go on.
Just say it.
No, I'm going to try and be nice.
Listen,
I
you
do
could
not.
love
She's always hating Drake.
I from the deepest core of my
your
body.
first line was, I want Drake to come back. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Well,
You're usually ready to gun
Let
it.
me
Drake songs
finish.
you love though.
I got Drake song I love. Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone's
You know
got
what?
Drake songs they love.
Listen, I've never said that I hate all Drake songs. I've never said that. I've said that he makes. You know what? You know where I stand with Drake.
Go on.
Like what Kendrick says. I like the party Drake.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Making us dance.
I like making us dance, waving your hands. I like that Drake. Yeah. That's the Drake that I like. And I don't even really like that Drake that much. But I like that Drake. You see this other Drake where he wants to be like, I'm hard, bruv, you're not hard.
But he might be though.
He's not hard.
And not to obviously real gangsters,
he's-
but he'll punch up some man. It's not easy.
Which man?
Well,
man that get paid.
Everyone
Man that get paid to get punched.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, he's 6'3".
Anyway,
He's got a bit of sack.
Anyway,
No.
He's 6'3".
Anyway, I don't think he's
Sorry.
Big you.
He ain't 6 foot tall.
So,
He ain't 6 foot.
He
Anyway,
looks tall.
whatever.
I'm
But
6'2".
he doesn't look very
6'2".
not tall. But anyway, my point is, I would like him to come back and remember what he's good at, and just focus on that, and stop being a little bitch and dismiss the case. Like, it's been 2 years, bruv.
I just knew it was coming.
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years.
What do you
I
mean
want
the
though?
Drake back
hell?
as well.
Like,
I want Drake
because he's
back.
still trying to like sue the people. Them
yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
doing
that.
shit.
No,
long.
it's all done now.
No,
No, it's not.
he
He's
brought
still
it
going to
back.
come back. He's still trying to come back.
He
again.
brought it back.
That part was a Karen in him. It is what
That's
it
my
is.
thing where I'm just like...
It is a
That's
Karen
why
in
I'm
him.
just like,
But
damn it.
I want him to come
I
back.
hear you.
I want him to come back. I also want him to take the L as well. Because I want it just to be... Because people keep having these little debates about who won. It's like, it's over. He lost.
No, he lost.
It is what it is. Come back. Do a good job. But don't whine. Don't bitch. Don't...
Stop being a little bitch.
Yeah.
But that's why we like him though.
That's why you like him.
I want
I like him for that. I can't lie.
I want him to make me feel bad for. I want him to make me. Oh, damn! I like this. I want to make.
But
I want to do
people are
that.
allowed to like
That's
his
what
music.
I want his album to actually be full of bangers and be like, yeah, this is the Drake that
we like.
Basically,
But
I
would-
everybody
I
wants
would
that, to
say
be
don't
fair.
don't come back and do interviews and be talking about, what the world did to you and shit. Like,
Yeah,
take
don't
the
do that.
L and move on.
Don't do that. Just like act like it's done now. You don't even want to talk about it.
It was
The
years
past is
ago.
past.
It's past.
The past is. It's 2 years ago. The past is the
I'm
past.
past even
Do
talking about
Drake
it.
like first 2 albums?
Oh,
Do that, Drake.
Nothing was
I
the
love
same.
that Drake.
Like, I bought Drake's first album.
I actually love that.
Wait,
You know,
what?
I saw Drake at Hammersmith Apollo.
We went to. That wasn't a
We
good
went-
concert though.
That was no. It wasn't even about.
Yeah.
It was J. Cole that was hard on that concert.
Yeah. J. Cole was.
That
okay.
was that. J. Cole was the one.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so
Do you know what it is?
know.
Do you know what? We can love without comparison.
Yeah.
So we
Absolutely.
can love cellular. Do you know what I mean? But you all go Kendrick and then Drake, and then you'll go.
No,
Drake.
no.
There was no. Listen,
I like.
Sorry,
But
there
you
was
two
no.
are
There was,
Kendrick fans.
there
I'm
was
not
no.
Kendrick.
I am a Kendrick fan.
No,
There was no comparison to be had. The comparison has only evolved because of the beef between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never have been like Kendrick or Drake beforehand.
I had both
because
of
their
them.
styles of rapping are two completely different styles. I would
Yeah.
never ever said the same thing.
I had them on both on the playlist, so it wasn't. It was never
So-
separation.
But I like
wonder,
Drake way
what's
more
the
than Kendrick,
reason
though.
for the hate for Drake though? Because
I don't-
I get like
I don't hate him. It's
I don't hate
and
him.
you know what I think?
Hate
it
is a strong word. I
think it's the
don't like it.
pouting. I think it's when he started pouting
And
it's when he got
performative.
His abs done. He just the cameras. It was just a little
that
bit.
part.
he was
I don't like.
wearing culture
like
instead of,
that.
and
Yeah,
what
it was a
Kendrick
little
says
bit
that
too
tapped
much.
into.
Yeah,
It was wearing culture rather than being from it.
I hear that.
Like everyone's saying, like put your city on. If you're from Canada, like be you. And I think that's the part that was easy
Be
for
the
Kendrick to
culture.
attack him for
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
who are you, bro? and there's nothing wrong with appreciating and like going around the world, and you're going to be a little bit of a man dim, and you're going to be a yard man, and then you're going to be this, and we know that Toronto culture.
Say things properly.
I mean,
like you're even talking about blem.
We know that can.
I don't even think it's that.
I don't think that's about. We can make
mistakes to be himself.
Yeah, it's be himself, isn't it?
So who's Beyonce?
I say
she's
Beyonce has exactly the same problem.
Okay.
There is a problem that people have, and it's that commercial space.
No, you can't do that. That's not fair.
I can.
You are. I think there's so many people that are riding off of your stardom, and you're feeding lots of different households. You're always chasing the next highlight, the next big thing that's going on. And Beyonce does exactly the same thing. She jumps on it. And now I really am like, who are you?
When did she not do that? Give me an example.
I think she's been curated from day one.
I feel like Destiny's Child was actually a phenomenon all by itself. But Beyonce's career...
It was curated, though.
It was created, though.
It was curated by Matthew.
Yeah.
So she's never been original.
Because if you want to talk about music then and a group of girls together, I would say SWV had character.
Yeah.
Total had character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know where I'm coming from? Those had character.
Authentic.
Yeah. Destiny's Child. But don't get twisted. I love Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to say that I didn't, but I don't understand. Music's something I love too much. I don't understand how you're no, Wycliffe sitting on the whatever and like the staircase of your house or whatever of the first album. And by the second album, you're Timbaland, Can You Pay My Bills? It's too, like, for me, it's so
But it was
away from each other.
she was curated.
Yeah.
Curated, yeah.
So I can't now, and people love Beyonce. She's all doing country and western right now.
Well, now,
so why can't Drake do
Rock's coming?
Why can't Drake
I think it's different. I think that's different. Go on. No, you had a point.
No, I wasn't saying that Drake can't do whatever the fuck he wants. For me, I think really and truly, for me, what it is I don't like when people try to make out like this Brer is the greatest rapper of all time, because I don't think that he is. I think that he has bangers. I think that he has a massive thing behind him in a similar way that Beyonce does. Those two things are similar. You could say that she takes from this culture, she takes from that culture. He does as well. Yeah? Okay, fine. I think the difference is in the execution of it and the level of talent. Beyonce's level of talent, love it or hate it, is up here. It's up here. Her talent and her execution and her attention to detail and what she gives you back is up here. Drake is not up there. And I think that
that's crazy.
I think that people try to make
out...
So
wait, you're saying Beyonce is more talented than Drake?
I think they shouldn't be compared. I actually think they should be compared.
I am saying that shit.
What, so you think that Drake is as talented as Beyonce?
I'm actually saying
that's
that
not what
shit.
I said.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that shit.
Beyonce she doesn't write her own music.
Yeah.
She does.
No, one of her best songs on her first album, yes, was wrote by Jay-Z. Like, she doesn't write her own music, which means I'll never really know who she is, ever. And for me, music, what makes you an artist is when it's your art. When you've painted a picture that is your picture, and I go, Rod, you know what? No one else could have, to the point where love him or hate him, I don't like what he done. But R. Kelly's stamp, it was so permanent. I can see music he wrote for Marcus Houston. That's R. Kelly music. I can see when he was writing for BTK, that's R. Kelly. So that to me is talent.
But Drake doesn't write his own music.
I didn't even stop. Drake has written for Beyonce, has written for Alicia Keys. He's written for loads of people. He's one writer of the year. Not only does he make music in one genre, he's able to do it across genres, and he's an integral part of that production. Beyonce is incredibly talented. Incredibly talented. But it's a different type of talent I appreciate her for. And I feel like the role she plays, there'll be another superstar that will do everything she's doing, but for that generation, that era.
Absolutely.
Whereas when you have an artist like Prince, for example, there won't be no next Prince. Like, there ain't going to be no other Michael Jackson, these guys. And people may be angry, but you can't not put Drake there. Drake literally...
Are you putting Drake next to Michael Jackson and Prince?
Drake has been making music since 2010 and it's 2026. He's up there with the greats, whether I like it or not.
He's not Michael and Prince.
He's not Michael Jackson at all. He's not Prince. But Drake is up.
I didn't say that Drake is not talented.
No, you said you don't like him because people put him up there. That's not a reason to not like him.
There.
But I said to you, why don't you like him?
I'm telling you.
But you're saying because of people. That's like someone not liking me because my because he said something about me. That's crazy.
I think that Drake is overrated. That's
fair
me.
enough. Yeah,
I think that Drake is overrated. And part of that is in me thinking that Drake is overrated comes with all the hoopla that follows him. Because I think that it's actually not warranted. Because I feel like he's overrated. That is not to say that
by him or the people.
I would say both.
So you're saying what he puts out there, you just think it's just not that great?
No, so you think his music's mediocre?
I'm saying that he's talented. I've said that he's talented and he has some bangers. But he also, I don't even know how many albums he's got.
But I'm saying to you, why don't you like him? And you're telling me...
I'm telling you because I think he's overrated.
No, but that's not cool. I can't describe it. That's like saying, if I say to you, why do you like this plant? And you tell me the reasons, I can't even describe what I'm trying to say.
My reason, ignore other people.
No, but I can't because you're acknowledging other people.
All right, let's remove that. I'm not going to acknowledge other people.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not going to...
Because you're like Drake, because
I'm
people's opinion on Drake.
No. That's what I'm saying to you. That's why I'm saying to you, ignore other people and what they think. Farrah Charles, I think that Drake is overrated. In the grand scheme of things, I think he's overrated.
But Farrah, that's still me. You talking about someone's opinion.
I'm saying me, that's my opinion.
I'm saying to you, forget about... For him to be overrated, for you to say I don't like that, the fact that he's overrated...
Because I feel like his music...
Go on.
Go on.
You're talking about him being rated. I'm saying the rating part...
is by the people.
It's by other people.
Let's take that away.
Forget everyone's opinion about rating him and look at his music and his character.
That's what I'm going to look
and
at.
say to me why you don't like him.
I don't like him and his music and his character. Not his character. I don't like his music because for me, the last however many I don't know how many albums he's got in general, but the last, let's say 4 albums for me, there was no difference in it.
That makes
all
sense.
Sounds the same to me. And really and truly, that's why I talked about his first 2 albums. I really enjoyed those first 2 albums because it was a different, I could see the difference from song to song. I could play the first album from start to finish. It was different to the music that you would hear out there.
Yeah.
It was saying something to me. The last few albums, and this is why I say that overrated, and I know we have to forget about that for the context of this, but that's why I don't resonate with him. Because it sounds like to me, one long album.
That's what everyone says. That's what
I get. I feel like it's one song. I don't know what song I'm listening to, but it's the same song.
And that's what I agree with. And the only time I had a pause on that, because that's what I agree with. It started to just sound like formulaic. And then when the UMG stuff came out, then someone said because he was locked into the album deal, he started purposely doing shit music because he's trying to get out of his deal. If that's true, then I will give you some grace because up until I think my favorite album is Nothing Was the Same. I just had to check the list.
Great album.
But when the music started to be as you said, one long tune that never changed.
One long tune.
You could spot a Drake tune, you'd be like...
And it's not signature like you're saying about R. Kelly. It's not signature. It was more like, I'm just churning it out because I'm part... And that's the part that was you're undermining your talent because you're just churning stuff out for whatever reason.
And I definitely hold you to, I agree with you fully with that now because we were speaking before about people don't turn up to do podcasts or anything they want anymore out of passion. More, I've got to do it to meet quotas or it's
there's that.
And ever since he lost that clash to Pusha T, that's how I felt about Drake. This is just work. And that's what's kind of maybe not made me resonate with Drake as much in the past.
That makes sense.
I think it's just his music ever since... I don't think he's recovered from the Pusha T clash.
That's
me personally. I could be totally wrong. I don't know him. I ain't had no conversations with him.
No, I feel you. I feel like
but it's true.
Because
that's also what I'm saying about the going under, having surgery,
he lost
in the chamber. It's like he lost who he was, and then he turned into a persona.
Bro.
And then it was even he was on holiday and he's got the Cuban cigar. It was just
you're performing.
You're making a character,
but I don't have a problem with
that. But you're probably real somewhere.
But someone has said Drake is the character and Aubrey is the person. They have said that.
What do you mean?
Who he is, Aubrey Graham is the real guy.
Him, and Drake is the rap persona.
So when he's putting it out there to the public, we are getting
said that.
Yeah, but that's
the greatest role he
or maybe he's just got to be better.
Degrassi, junior high.
But I just think when people say things like that, these guys ain't
This is
Batman
one of his
and
friends that
Spider-Man.
said it.
No, but
my point is this: honestly, they genuinely I think people give some of these guys more credit than they think. It's just an exaggeration of our own characters anyway. So these are ideas that we have, but it's just we don't have anywhere in life to do that. But within this world, in front of cameras and with music, it gives you the opportunity to exercise the thoughts in your mind, which are an extension of you. So you could say what you're saying, but it's still you.
Remember what you were saying about how important music is. Unfortunately or fortunately, music is so personal and spiritual to all of us. Even if you are mumble rapping or whatever, it's spiritual and personal to people. So when people are seeing and you're leaning into the persona, you're presenting Drake this is who I am.
Falling into it hard.
And to compare to Kendrick, not to compare to Kendrick, but the reason why people kind of resonate with Kendrick is like there's the personal journey, and also Kendrick's also performing for us as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But he does performing. He does it.
He's doing an exaggeration of himself.
Yeah, of course.
I really appreciate it.
But then he's also talking, giving us his truth.
Mm-hmm.
Drake's truth is not out there yet. It's all the same. Girls' parties, la da da da. He's got a formula, so that's why people are even saying with this new stuff, we want to hear Drake now.
And it feels...
We need to... Because that's all we need. Because if you come back and do the same tracks that you've done before,
that's boring.
You can do that, but actually, you need to mature. You need to go up.
But that's what I said about the first two albums. Definitely. Because I totally agree with you. Like, what you said as well, like all of you actually, he is giving us a character. He is giving us a character, which is fine. But in his music, it would be great for him to go deeper than that, because I never ever said, and you can watch every clip I've ever cussed him about, I've never said the man's not talented. He's got talent. But for me, it's just that it just seems the same. And I'm like, this is boring.
I don't think it's the same. I think one thing is this, I believe this job that we do, and as we are as people, we are multi-layered. We are so layered as individuals. We're so many different layers to us. And I just think depending on who we're around or what we're doing, depends on what we decide to show the people.
Yeah.
And I think in music, and I think or in front of camera, I actually like the fact that they decide that they're not going to show everything, because some things are meant to be for you and your friends. And
absolutely.
Your family. So I don't have an issue with that. I think I don't have an issue with things sounding the same. Like some of my favorite rappers have just spoke about drugs their whole life and they haven't changed it. And some musicians, the whole career talking about, like Mary J. Blige, if she gets married and stays committed, I don't think I'm going to love her anymore. Like, you just keep telling me
that is
new
something
way.
People say that.
Bro, this is just
her happy album. People are like, they're dry.
Does anyone want a Happy Adele album? Let her come out with 2021 and she's happy. Like, she's not, no one cares. Yeah. So my point is this, with Drake, I just think it got to the point where he's not accepting reality. Again, I don't know the guy. But when you lost that clash, I don't feel like you accept or understand you lost that clash. You just God's plans happening, and there's all of this 2018 album, and I just think it's distracting from the natural process of this actually happened. And I understand in business you practice avoidance, like when David Beckham doesn't respond to emails saying that, where's all that charity money going? It's my money. He doesn't ever respond and we forget about it. Like, I get that's a business practice, but with music it's too personal.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna remember. Yeah. So that's why I say with Drake, I don't think it's saying the same thing. I don't think it's any of that. Personally, I think he's not accepting reality, and they've allowed him to live in this surreal world where you can do what you want and it doesn't matter because you're going to make all this money until everyone was like, wait a minute, this isn't working anymore. And now he's had a bit of these
problems.
Because
also the clash was real.
It was real, bro.
So that's the part where you've been in a bubble and you had a real clash.
Yes.
So you cannot bounce back and still get involved in a clash that you lost again and then come back and be like, yeah, I'm the man. Because as we've grown up, rap is supposed to be as real as it comes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As much as there's the exaggeration and stuff, it's still supposed to be based in reality. That's why actually, if you're 50, 60 and you're a millionaire talking about selling drugs, no, I can't listen to you anymore.
Okay.
I listen to Snoop, I can listen to old Snoop, but if Snoop comes out with a track and he's talking about, the kids and Benzes, I'm like, you're married, you've got kids.
Unless he's reflecting.
And reflecting, and there's only so much you can reflect. We've already heard it in about 15 albums, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not there though.
That's fair.
Because in my mind, adults do bullshit, bro.
If it's your experience,
people are comfortable with adults doing bullshit. Like, adults are doing far worse. Some adults I know that people are accepting of or work with or chill with do a lot worse than selling drugs. And drugs are not even that bad.
No, contextual. I'm talking about contextual.
But I'm saying if you're even talking about selling it, like for personal one.
I'm talking about contextual.
If you're talking about selling it for like birth.
And you're not selling drugs now, unless you are, and obviously you're not going to supposed to be talking on the chat.
I just feel like as an artist, artists that I really admire, they will show different facets of themselves.
Yeah.
Now, it's not everything, but they're really intentional with their art. Like, this is what I want the world to kind of experience, know, discuss. And I feel there's so many people that don't even think about that. And that's what I was getting with Drake. first 2 albums, there was so much reflection. Like when he was even talking about his uncles not checking for him, like how people are. That's life. Now, I'm not saying you've got to tell us all of your life, but sit down when you're making your art and think, actually, what do I want to put out there in the world?
No, what do I want people to Scorpion, man. Scorpion's kind of deep. He's talking some. Scorpion, he's talking. Listen, that's the one thing I will never say Drake don't do.
He does.
On the song he done with that Jack Harlow boy the other day, he gave me one of the best verses I've ever heard in my life. And he started off by talking about him in therapy. So one thing I disagree with, Drake will always tell you what's going on.
Jack Harlow.
Churchill Downs.
And why with Jack Harlow?
But why not? It's business. Like, loads of people have done songs with Jack Harlow. Snoop might have done a song with Jack Harlow.
No, I don't agree.
So, and Drake's a man that does songs with everybody.
Yes.
There's not a thing where he doesn't just stay in one spot. He works with absolutely everybody.
I mean, my policy would be like, can you be more discerning? But it is what it is.
So I get to be honest with you, I get why people don't like Drake.
Anyway.
I get it.
Like us, and again, it's he lost the battle.
We don't know him.
That's all he has to
We don't know him.
Yeah.
That's all he has to admit.
And then you grow from there.
That's it.
Every loss is
the
great.
music that you can get out of that is just could be amazing.
I feel like that's what humans need to really understand. Every loss is it's a starting point to propel. Like you don't just be like, oh, it didn't happen. No, actually show that is the blessing.
That's why he lost the thing, Bob, to Kendrick, because he beat Meek Mills. And Meek Mills, for me, no disrespect to him at the time, I think he's riding off, I'm Meek Mills, so definitely. I'm just going to win. There was no strategic plan.
100%.
Drake was very strategic.
Yes, he took Drake for granted. Yes.
The second fight now, Drake has the same energy Meek has, loses to Pusha T.
Right.
And instead of people dealing with it and saying, Drake, you lost, and him accepting it, they do the cloaking device. So now he's not battle ready for the third one. And the third person you're clashing is the boogeyman.
Right. Like, come on.
Fam, if I was a rapper and Kendrick said on a song, fam, I'll slap Poet in the face, I'll be like, he did. Because I'm not in this battle, bro. I'm not on it, cuz. Man's battling 5 different voices. I'm not on it, bro.
He has to be ready. And, you know,
he wasn't ready.
He wasn't. One last thing on that. Not Like Us isn't even my favourite song in the whole diss scenario. It was actually Euphoria.
Oh yeah, Euphoria is bad.
Euphoria is the best. But Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Family Matters cool. That was cold. It's cold.
Family Matters deep.
Drake ain't rubbish, you know.
He's not rubbish. He's not rubbish at all.
When he's saying he is.
Make sure.
I never said that.
That's what I hate. Drake gets the Arsenal thing. Because of the fans of Arsenal are annoying, people hate Arsenal, and I get it.
I actually want
when you
to win.
Drake fans, you could, without meeting him, you could go, I don't think I want to hear this, because you're seeing the crowd that he's cultivating. You're like,
it's the level of glazing that goes on.
It's the glazing.
Without that noise, I think people would appreciate Drake music a lot more differently.
But
you can't get one without the other. So
that's what I'm saying.
You know
what I mean? Like,
all the fans are crazy.
I do what you.
All the fans are crazy. Like Beyonce fans are crazy. Rihanna fans are crazy.
They're all crazy.
Barbs are crazy.
Fans are crazy.
Swifties are crazy.
They're all crazy.
Nicki Minaj.
But nobody.
Oh, we don't talk about them.
They're fucking insane. I don't know where they are anymore.
We're talking about they're in our comments.
How many games have you got there?
How many games we got left?
Yeah.
At the time of recording, we have 3 games in the Premier League and 1 Champions League game.
And where are you in Man City now? What's the difference?
From my understanding, I believe it to be 5 points at the time of recording.
Who are you in a bet? Are you in a bet with someone?
No, it's not that I'm in a bet. And as a Man United fan, I shouldn't even say this out loud, but I actually do want Arsenal to win because I like your boss and I feel sorry for you guys.
And you shouldn't feel sorry for us as a Man United fan because success is not something you hold hands with. Also, you shouldn't be upset to say what you said because Man City... It's not, it's honest.
But I don't want Man City to win.
And Man City are your
really
actual
what
rivals.
it is. That's why I'm saying it.
Because you don't have a regional accent, you say Arsenal. I understand.
Exactly. There we go.
I'd like to welcome to the family.
Don't let me throw my phone at you. I'm trying to be nice.
I'd like to welcome to the family quickly because we've been a welcome family for long. Ben Ryan, the founder of City Splash, he's won a battle against the High Court. They tried to stop.
Round of applause.
Credit where credit's due, man.
Anybody that fights sports, it means a lot. Doing it for the culture. Well done.
The Ben Ryan confirmed the festival has won another legal challenge brought against the event, allowing celebrations of black music and culture to continue in Brockwell Park this May.
Brilliant.
Ben Ryan said Protect Brockwell Park launched 3 High Court cases attempting to stop City Splash from taking place. The latest case was dismissed at the Royal Courts of Justice. Ryan described the legal action as a sustained attack against the festival and the community it represents. He said the court cases have cost both City Splash and the local council hundreds of thousands of pounds in legal fees. Ryan argued the money could be better spent addressing wider social issues in the community. Facts on facts. He said black music events like City Splash are here to stay. City Splash is scheduled to return to Blockwall Park on the 25th of May.
Who's performing?
I don't know.
He's got a
phenomenal lineup.
25th, is it?
25th, yeah.
Just make sure who you get in there. They might try and send some people to do bad with you.
And we've already talked about the guys in the Averexes carrying borers. We don't want you lot to come. If you've got a borer, you've got a Bucky, you've got an Averex, don't come.
What, Averex?
No, original Averex. I want to... sorry, my bad. We love an Averex, but we know the ones that are holding on to life is the one that I had in the 90s. Not for vintage things, it's because they don't have any other clothes to wear.
I accept your battered Averex and you as well.
Yeah, because you want to repurpose it and make it vintage. And you. But you're not going to carry a Bora and a Bucky.
You're not the people we're talking about.
That's it. It's collective.
All of those things.
Those who upend a Moet bottle and think they're going to hit someone with it.
That's it.
Them ones.
So on the lineup, we have Beres Hammond, Adonia.
What?
Beres Hammond, Adonia. Elephant Man, Gypsy.
Beres Hammond.
Let's go.
I'm 100% going.
Let's go.
100%.
Oh, hang on.
By the way, Ben Ryan, you better give us
Ben Ryan, come on now.
Yes,
I actually think we need to go.
I want to go, and there's someone
happy for your birthday.
Let's go.
20 for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's on fire. Jules.
Let's go.
What? Can't stop a man.
Let's go. Can we get tickets?
I will be there.
Oh, can we go? Can we go as a gang?
I feel good.
I'm telling you, Beres Hammond.
We need VIP, please.
Listen, we need VIP.
Right.
Even want to go. We'll be
even so solid crew.
Yeah.
And it's not sold out. As far as I can tell.
We need to go VIP though.
Hey, Mega Man, I'm hitting you up. Wait. Who's there?
Oh, Vaughan, my Grenadian boy, Vaughan.
Yeah. It's the nail
Daniel.
Congratulations, Daniel.
Janet Kay's there and Carol Thompson.
Yeah, they'll be good.
Lisa Mafia, Romeo.
Yep.
Who else is there?
Because I'm seeing the lineup is phenomenal.
The lineup's good.
Yeah, we should be
We'll have a good day out.
I feel like someone should send us some tickets because someone's...
Ben Ryan, we just bid you welcome to the family, guys.
Someone's...
Ben Ryan.
There's crew of them. They're there.
Are they there as well? Oh, I love the Heartless
That's
Boys.
what I mean. It's like a good lineup, mate.
All right.
Yes, I feel like we should be there.
I feel like we should be gifted.
Although we do have
Daniel.
Oh, wait.
Listen.
Daniel.
Where are you?
I
can see it's a late one. I'm with my...
Hey,
honey.
Party hard.
What am I doing?
Party hard.
Daniel. To the camera.
Hey, darling.
Hey.
You're right,
Daniel. I'm coming to watch them with Beres Hammond when you do your City Splash set.
We're coming.
We want to come.
Beres Hammond. Danielle, Beres Hammond. Oh my God. We need to talk.
You can't on the phone.
Beres Hammond.
We need 4 tickets.
We need more.
Say no more, add the bio. We can pattern this.
All right,
cool. I love you.
Okay.
Daniel.
I love you.
Daniel.
Hey, that tune is that Mac 10 as well. That's crazy.
On it.
That Mac 10 is We need to catch up. You just
That'll be amazing.
I want to hit you tomorrow then.
Yeah?
Bye.
All day.
He said that guy.
We're going to be there all day. We're rolling.
It was the...
Wait. No.
I can sort that out.
No.
Lovely.
No.
We're rolling with you.
No.
What's happening?
We're not.
What?
Why?
What have we got on the 25th, girls?
Is it the 25th? Timmy's thing?
No, we've got Afro here and Pete.
That's in the day, shot. That's in the day.
What time have we got to be there?
They'll give us a slot though. So
if we've got a slot, then fair. We don't.
We'll do our show,
and then we go.
All day, bro. Man, just
we just go and we go.
Let's go there and then go see
pattern the wristbands. I wonder if I can pattern the wristbands beforehand because
let's pattern them from beforehand.
Actually,
you know what might happen? This is a long thing, but whoever lives the closest,
I was going to say we can get you.
First,
we can get you.
Yeah.
And then
none of us live the closest to City Splash. None of us.
It's Blockwell Park.
But what I was going to say is we can do our thing and get you and then go.
No, but I'm
just
he's going to be there.
Are you going early?
So
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I'm there anyway, so I'm patterning it. So.
Yeah.
Someone's going to meet you, get the tickets.
Because I'll meet you or whatever.
Do you know how much I love Beres Hammond? You don't understand.
All right, guys, we've got to move on to more serious things before we stay till midnight. No, don't apologise. We had fun.
Give me a splash of that.
Yeah, cool.
You know what
Beres Hammond. Damn right.
How should you that at the same time.
I know.
I love you.
Shout out AG.
I love you.
If you don't know who Beres Hammond is, please go to DJ AG, my friend's YouTube
Beres
channel.
Hammond is
my big friend of
amazing.
AG, of course.
Did he have
some?
Oh, jeez.
What do you mean, man? You're not drinking enough.
That's enough.
Good thing I'm not
Young
driving.
man.
Yeah, Beres Hammond was on DJ AG when he went Jamaica. Beres Hammond's an incredible artist.
Nice.
So yeah, man.
Tune after tune after tune after tune.
Lemonade.
Yeah. Brother,
Anyone want some lemonade?
No,
I'm JTK. We're going.
Oh, let me tell Jay. Jay's coming on next week.
Is he?
Yeah.
I love JTK.
No, I love him too, my bro.
Fam, the realest.
Jay's my bro. I love him.
He's a yard man, so I'm saying to him, Jay.
Yeah, Jay's a real one.
I'm gonna hit up jamming as well. We have to go and see Beres Hammond.
I like jamming. Jamming should back in the
Jamming's
day.
incredible, you know.
Oh, we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna have
so
It's always a time rolling with posts.
It's always a time. I love it.
You want some lemonade?
And that's my birthday weekend, so we're gonna have to.
All right, guys, let's get into more serious moments. Enemies of progress.
We got on the
The doc is a bit long because there's a lot of enemies out here. First and foremost, Reform UK seem to have taken over the council elections. The local elections happened yesterday. I'm not going to talk about what I did because I'm an enemy of progress because I forgot to vote. Here's what it is. I got perimenopause. That's my excuse. I actually did forget.
I didn't have time to, in all honesty.
I genuinely forgot. When I was walking down the street, no, where was I? I was somewhere and someone said, "Oh, have you voted?" I was like, "Oh, shaka the bear." I did not. Anyway,
Who voted for?
I probably would have gone green, but I was thinking about splitting the vote. That whole problem was splitting the vote when you go for the underdog. So I might have gone in with green and ticked Labour, or I might have gone in with Labour and ticked green. I don't know what I would have done.
But we can see that people who have ticked green have made a difference.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
But I need to know what my council's done, where we've gone, because we've been Labour for a very long time. However, guys, Nigel Farage and Reform UK have made major gains in local elections across England, with the party taking hundreds of council seats and making significant inroads into traditional Labour heartlands. Places like Westminster was lost to Reform.
Yep.
Of all the places, Westminster, you know. I don't know why I'm surprised.
That's not surprising.
No,
I don't know.
Westminster is actually a borough that flux a lot. They've
Conservative and Labour.
Conservative.
Yeah.
They go around there, and if you just think about who lives in Westminster, Reform kind of ticks a lot of boxes
yes.
for them as well. I'm not surprised.
So
I appreciate it.
Southampton, Exeter, Wandsworth, Hartlepool and Tameside, for example.
At last count, I think I saw that it was like 300.
Yeah, it was 300s. Yeah. Conservatives lost a lot. So everybody that guys, we've got the blueprint. This is what I can't stand about UK folks. We've got the blueprint. We've got the evidence in America. Everything that America does, we follow behind like pussies. America's showing us what happens when you've got a dickhead in power.
Yeah. I feel like this is what the country deserves. I wanted Labour, this new Labour, I don't even know who they are, like Conservative 2.0, to suffer severe blows, like a proper Hurricane, so that they would suffer.
Where's David Lammy? I don't know.
He is
Labour.
Tottenham. He is
Labour. Not on it. But
I think he didn't lose, actually. I think David Lammy, that the councillors and everything, it's still a Labour-run council.
Mate.
But
David Lammy's a liar in real life.
He is an absolute liar. They lost a lot. And I feel like this was by design.
Yeah.
You guys will know, who's been rocking with us for a while, I'm always going to give you a conspiracy theory. Now, from last year, we knew that Reform was Labour's actual rivals, not the Conservatives, not the Greens. It was Reform. So why, for the last 2 months, have they been attacking the Greens? It doesn't make any sense. The Greens are on like kind of 50 or so councillors or something. It doesn't actually make sense to have been given these guys so much heat when the Liberal Democrats actually got more seats than them.
Yeah.
Your opposition was Reform and you decided to ignore them. This is by design. You wanted to hand it over to them.
Yeah.
Right. So Reform have won 1,420 as this time at the moment. They've won 1,426 seats. Okay. Labour have lost 1,370.
Imagine that, you fools.
So that kind of tells you the story right
you
there.
Fools.
Liberal Democrats have gained 152. Conservatives have lost 552. The Green Party have gained 363. And Independents have gained 17. So as you said, who are the biggest rivals if you look at
And you knew it was Reform.
It is Reform. It is not the Green Party, but they have spent the last few weeks going for Zach Palancy, going for the Green Party, talking about all of their policies and basically false rhetoric when they should have been focusing on reform. However, because reform are basically like the Hollyoaks of politics, and what I mean by that is everyone starts off somewhere else and they end up over there. This is why they've done so well. Because they don't actually have any real policies. It's just a bunch of people who are juggling the money and sharing it amongst themselves and coming up with the rhetoric that they think is going to work for the nation. And that's how they've won these things.
Well, the country is
exactly
racist,
what's going on. Like
the country's racist, but
yeah,
I think the important thing to remember as well is in each borough there are sections within the borough. There are seats within the borough. It's not like they've won the majority of the country. But it is a great indication of what would happen if this was a general election.
Right, that part. And this is what it's like. You look, but it's designed by design, so it doesn't matter. That part of me was like, I was beating myself up for not voting. Then I thought my vote will get lost in the ocean anyway. But if we all thought like that, then that's why it doesn't change. So that's the part of like...
I just don't believe in voting.
But I just don't believe in I believe that even if our votes were in the majority, they'd find a way to make what they want to happen. So everyone, like, you're dumb. Everyone who voted for reform, you're so stupid. We said it the other day when we were talking about enemies of progress. And like, you lot are so focused on the immigrant when you should actually be taken to task the government that's treating you like idiots. You're not talking about working class boys not getting through. That's not the immigrants' fault. That's the government's playing with you in your face.
Yeah.
And you're blaming the immigrants. The immigrants just studying. Go out and study. Go out and talk to your people why your boys can't study. Why you're suffering. Why our bills are so high. Why water rates, council tax, all this stuff. Why our streets are so filthy. Why we can't go shopping on the high street and find clothes anymore.
So people who've had reform as their MPs for the last couple of years, I've seen a lot of them the people who've got right minds anyway, I've seen a lot of them online basically saying that it's fine because they will fuck up over the next couple of years. Because all the things that are important to the local council, people who they just don't deal with.
Yeah.
So the roads are shit.
Yeah.
The things that are important to the average person, these local councillors are not dealing with. And you know that Nigel Farage doesn't give an actual shit.
And he's a rich boy, by the way, guys. He's not a working man.
He's
a rich boy.
He's a rich boy.
Millionaire. He's never been working.
He's an old boy. He's from the old boys club, but he's pretending he's working.
Also paid off by another bunch of rich people. He doesn't he's so out of touch.
He's done a Trump.
But he's done a Trump. He's Donald Trump. He's been riding on the whole immigration thing, which has nothing to do with the local elections.
Mm-hmm. So all of you getting...
Have you voted?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Ever?
Nah.
I feel you.
I don't believe in investing in time in something where you don't believe that you'll make an actual change. You'll just end up like more heartbroken. So where I'm quite an emotional person, dad was there, but not so there, and now he's dead, a bit inconsiderate, but it happens in life. I just felt like I don't have that much fucks to give a day. I probably got about 6. And I kind of understand that I waste about 4 every day. Like sometimes I try and squeeze in a 7th. If I was invested in politics from what I've seen, it's like driving. I don't look at anyone and go, driving looks fun. It looks very stressful. So I don't want to be involved. And that's the same thing it seems to be like with people and all these policies and voting and all that. Like just basic human manners and stuff like that doesn't seem to be introduced over there. So I don't see how I see fit. And they make human interaction too complex. They make creating a system where we can get along way too complex. And it definitely doesn't involve me. It doesn't involve the minority. So I just go, why would I invest my time in this? And people are like, oh, but you can't make a difference. I'm like, well, you can make a difference for you. But like, whatever this country is going to be, even if everyone black here voted, we wouldn't make up 25% of the country. So
that's also the part that gave me...
I just don't see... and do you know what? It's ignorant for me to say I don't see the point, but it's honest. Like, I'm not saying there isn't a point. I'm saying I don't see the point, which means that I can be educated and someone can show me. But as it stands, I don't see the point of people saying to people, vote. No one's even educated enough on what they're voting for, has any idea. So when you say vote, all of a sudden, once you put yourself in a frame of mind, I'm going to vote. Once you do that, you feel like you have to vote for something, even if you didn't agree with anything. And I'm like, when I read everyone's policies, I'm like, it's all bollocks to me. So how about I just don't be involved? And then that way you lot can get on with it. Whatever happens, I'll deal with it. And we just keep it moving, innit?
I
get that.
That is precisely my sentiment. And even when I toy with like, oh, it means something, there's always the voice, the reason of what has changed through voting? Really, when we just look at the history of what goes on in the world, people spending a day, few hours, queuing up to vote, what has really changed?
I think
my area is the same. It's always been same shit every day. It doesn't matter if we vote, don't vote. It's the same shit. So why are we doing it?
Alone. Leave the white people to argue with their mates. I don't want to get involved anymore. Like, especially when you look at it from the perspective of like, we fight for certain things you can't even get on the voting panel anyway. So we've got separate fights. I've got nothing to do with any of these parties giving you a policy for what things that we want.
They don't give a shit. Yeah.
So what we should do is focus on us.
Yeah.
And you see them lot arguing about this land here that we probably don't even want to retire on anyway. Leave them to it. True. It'll be good. What will happen? They will start realizing, wait a minute, they've left us to it. We still can't sort it out. Maybe we should think about changing. But the moment I'm involved, I feel like I could be used as a scapegoat. Well, let's get rid of our scapegoats. We don't get heard anyway. We probably get heard more time when we work together, create something, and then they go, I think we need to get involved in that. Yeah, I don't even know the time that I've ever gone to them and asked for something that we're deserved of, and we've got it off the strength of don't worry. Like,
no, it hasn't happened.
So then what do we still do it for? I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's where I am. I know the comments are probably going to go nuts because it's going to be.
But
like,
I think
I actually believe in voting because I do think that if everybody in the world says they're not going to do something, then there isn't change. But I equally understand your reasons behind it. What I think is interesting about this local election is before all of the results even came out, Keir Starmer was saying, "I'm not going to resign."
He's been saying
he's like, it is the wrong time to resign. The country needs stability. But you wasn't talking in the right direction. You had all your hate and vim for the Green Party when really you should have been looking to reform. But then I feel like the reason why he's not looking to reform is because that's where he's going to end up. Because they take all the rejects, don't they?
Yeah.
I think it's very hard when you've seen Behind the Veil or Your Third Eye's Open, all that type of stuff, because it's really hard to play the game. And that's where I stand. It's like, I'm going to go there, break my neck, go and vote. It's going to get lost in the ocean, as I said. And then what difference is going to be made? And I do know, like, do you know what it is? There's a bigger thing, like you said, getting everyone together and everyone being on code. And the task of getting everyone on code is so much. It's so deep. It's so hard. So it's like, how do we? Because I know I don't have time to be a political leader, a community leader. I don't have the time. I don't have it in me to be the person that's going to rally the troops and put myself in the front line, possibly get assassinated if I be too effective. I don't have that energy.
I don't think that's how it works.
No, but
in this iteration of this world, I don't think getting everybody together is what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's really is in your own silos.
Exactly.
It's creating your own little communities and moving forward that way. It's not thinking of a government is going to do anything for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the government doesn't. They know nothing really changes. Yeah. Does it feel different under Labour to Conservative to whoever?
Same.
It's the same shit time and time again. And sometimes I think of it like a tap. Like people will say when the Conservatives are on, like the tap is running full force. So it's all austerity. They're giving all of the riches to the rich folks. And then maybe Labour is still running, but it's a little bit less. And that would be the same in America, but it's the same tap. And really, we need to be looking at another tap. It's like, they are not going to all of a sudden have a moral compass for any human being.
That's my point.
And be like, oh, we owe humans something. They don't give a shit.
That's why I think it's quite good that the independents have gained 17 seats. Because independents are more likely to be to have policies that are aligned to real people. You know, not always, but it's not.
You would hope.
It's not a political party led. Do you know what I mean? I know people that have run independently, and I know the sort of things that they stand for, as opposed to being forced to follow with the greater
the party whip. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not that I don't agree with voting because you said that, you agreed that, you believe in voting. I think everyone believes in voting, but I'm not conditioning my mindset to say that I will accept something that I don't want.
I think that's fair.
I'm just not on it. Like, if you haven't got the things that I would like to be offered, if my favorite color is red and you're only offering me green, orange, yellow and purple, I don't want anything.
Yeah,
I'm not one of them individuals that just take it because it's there. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the moment that you only acknowledge what you want, I think you get what you want. The moment you compromise in areas that you shouldn't compromise, I think your life is compromised. And that's the thing. You're asking me to vote for something that I don't agree with in life. So now I'm compromising my life for this bloody passport and GMTV. It's not that great anymore. So I genuinely don't understand the concept of voting if what you can be or what you want fulfilled cannot be fulfilled. It just doesn't make sense. I would advise, it reminds me of putting money in a charity box. You're not really making a difference. You're like, you honestly believe the one vote that you've made for the past 20 years that's never given you happiness, this year's going to give you happiness. I think it's absolute psychotic behavior. I get it from everyone under the age of 25. But if you're above 30 and every vote hasn't counted, but you still want change, I would advise you change in the direction in which you are doing what you're doing. It doesn't make sense what you're doing.
I think it is so futile, and it's such a mind fuck that this is even a thing, that you would have millions of adults actively doing something, thinking it's going to change, and nothing changes.
But I think that's the illusion.
Psychotic. But that's so crazy.
But I think that's the illusion of democracy. You know, because we are conditioned in Western society to believe that this thing that we're going to do is going to make such a change. Unfortunately, because the leading parties, I mean, it's been a two-party race for a long time. It's not a two-party race anymore, but it has been a two-party race for a long time. So when you're voting, you're always given this, well, it can either be Conservatives or it can be Labour. And even when you're presented with different alternatives and different options, you're told that, well, maybe don't do that because your vote will get lost. Yeah. So that is kind of like a falsity as well, because you're at that point, you do go to the voting polls and you're like, well, there's no point in me voting for these lot because they're not going to win anyway. So I'm going to vote for I'm going to pick blue when I really want red, you know? Yeah. But it's only that's why I think that if everybody actually voted for the things that they wanted, it would split the vote and that would cause a different scenario.
I think, but also there has been evidence of when voting, marching, protesting has made a change and has affected some change in law because the people have en masse made it so difficult for them to continue to pull the wool over our eyes. We're not there anymore. And that's what I'm talking about, that galvanizing the masses to be on the same page. We're not there. I don't know how you would do that. Because there was a time, I'm sure people that walked in any civil rights marches and fought for rights and stuff like that. I don't want to shit on the people before that did do something that affected.
We weren't even allowed to vote.
Yeah. So there's things that have happened. But also, if you also believe that the design is the design, they knew that, okay, we can do that, give them a little bit to keep them quiet. And then so that's, what does, what's that word? When civil unrest, there's another word for it. When you cause that civil unrest, how much unrest can you cause for it to make them take notice and say, okay, we've got to fix up? At the moment, we are not doing anything.
If you think about it, even that, what you said, that isn't voting. Voting is compliance.
Voting is compliance.
And that's
what
action. They're offering us.
It's action.
And when you say, no, I don't vote, they try and guilt trip you. What they do is that it's actually just gaslighting.
That's why I don't understand. For me, I'm just, honestly, I try and live a very simple life and I wake up, do a jog, have a bit of breakfast. What? Lunchtime? No. All this complicated stuff I see adults doing, I never get it. You conditioning your mindset to tell yourself you want to vote for this. Like, you're not even understanding the long-term damages that does to a human being. Like, I'm telling people all the time, compromising in areas of your life that are extremely important and compromising on things that you don't even want to do, I genuinely feel has long-term effects to you as a human being. I believe in saying, these 4 things, I'm not interested in none of them. And irrespective of what any of you lot free think of me for not voting, I'm not going to vote. I don't care. Like, when you have that sense of mind, that's stronger, because eventually someone goes, it's been 4 years and you haven't voted. Why haven't you voted? I'll tell you why I haven't bloody well voted. And now we start listening to why we're not voting. And then hopefully someone does something for the voice that's not heard. Rather than, well, if everyone votes, everyone's just going to be thinking
that's why I think
needs and necessities have been given.
That's why I feel. Do you remember Brewster's Millions?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there was like the none of the above. Mm-hmm. I actually feel like there needs to be that option. Yeah. Because in the not voting, unfortunately, what happens when people don't vote, there is always going to be the majority. So if like there's 100 people that are supposed to vote and out of the 100, only 50 vote, there's going to be a majority, isn't there?
Yeah, and
so I
they
feel
win.
like if there was another option where it's like, I'm not voting for any of you fuckers, and you could actually mark that down, and that then represents that, well, what's happening to this pool? And imagine like the majority becomes the people that have said that I don't agree with any of you. Then change would have to happen.
But you're living in England.
I know.
And all I ask people to do is, there's been enough of a case study. We don't have to use our imagination. There's too much of a case study to ask yourself, what does this country want? So I don't know what to vote for, but I don't feel like I'm representative of the rest of the 65 million people that live here. I believe there's a lot of people that walk up to that voting poll and know exactly what they're voting for. Hence the reasons why we're in this situation in the first place. So the real question comes, to a certain extent, is, should I just not comply with this? Why am I complying with this thing? Let me go and find something else to do. Hence the reasons why when you say you're upset about the 50-year-old drug dealer, I bloody well rate him. What do you want to do? Vote? Go and sell your drugs.
That's different. The 50-year-old drug dealer is a person rapping about drug dealing when they're not drug dealing. And pretending that they're drug dealing.
That part. It's not their real
I had to correct because that's the part. Because if you're hustling, I don't like drugs, but if you're hustling, you got to hustle.
You got to hustle, man.
Just say no.
Move on to that thing that I can't do because I'm going to go to the toilet.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm going to leave.
I'll
be back.
Thank you.
Now, let's move on. Another enemy of progress.
Okay. The ball, the Met Gala.
The Met Gala. The Bezos Gala.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The Bezos Gala. How do you feel about it? How do you feel? Because you know what? The Met Gala happened.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, the Amazon billionaires, whatever.
Yeah.
And some attendees at the 2026 Met Gala faced criticism during this year's event as protests and online debate focus on wealth inequality, layoffs, corporate power, and political influence linked to billionaire culture.
There was so much protest.
There were so many different protests. People were leaving bottles of piss around the Met Gala venue because that's apparently what Amazon workers have to endure whilst working for Amazon.
Yeah, sometimes they have to have a bottle there.
But they can't stop.
In the bottle, they can't stop working.
The poor working conditions of Amazon workers, the ridiculous pay that they get, all these things that have made Jeff Bezos a billionaire. And it could be a bit of eat the rich. It could be that. But evidently, they don't get paid. They don't get treated well, allegedly.
I don't even think... Well, eat the rich is a phenomenal movement, actually, because rich people take the piss out of
100%. I'm just saying
people that are making them rich. It's not like a futile movement that we had.
I'm not saying I'm just saying it could
different revolutions, and it's essential that one of the biggest companies in the world, as Amazon, where you're making all of the money, that your workers are some of the poorest people, to me, is the most disgusting thing ever. It makes no sense. You could half your profits, and people are chomping at the bits to work for you because you pay so well. That you would have the other way around. I'm like, that is disgusting. And then you're able to buy culture.
So that basically Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez served as honorary chairs and lead sponsors of the 2025 Met Gala. This means, because the Met Gala is a charity, basically. They're raising funds to fund fashion in many various capacities. They bought their way in because they want to be seen as cool. Other co-chairs included Beyonce, Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Anna Wintour, the queen of fashion, as it stands. So that was the thing. And people were up in arms. We had protests. And people are also criticising the celebrities that attended, because in this current climate, was it the right thing to do attending the Met Gala? We know the Met Gala brings you attention. It boosts your numbers. You get all the eyes and all the more fame. It's a very cool place to be. So you turn up, you do your outfits. The theme was fashion is art. I don't think people really understood it, because I think there's always misinterpretation from the Met Gala theme. I think this year there wasn't enough art represented, in my opinion. Generally,
Skepta's suit was cold though.
I like that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he got his tattoos embroidered
on his suit,
and I was like, that is a great idea.
Insane.
So for that concept, that sounds like
that's insane.
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked what he did, but also, why are you there? And this is the thing where I'm saying there isn't a leader. Like, we're not going to have a Fred Hampton that rises from the ashes and rallies the troops to be like, look, we need to stand up against these people that are oppressing us. I think you should have your own moral compass. I would love to have a conversation with anybody that attended and be like, why did you go?
Yeah. But why shouldn't they have gone?
And that's the question I want to know. Is like,
I feel like at this moment in time, there's so much shit going on. When you have a platform, you need to stand for something. And Amazon and what that company is doing to so many thousands of people, not just their workers. Like, Amazon actually shaped what we're spending over here on our groceries. And it's an American company. Because they take up so much retail space, they are setting pricing. And that shouldn't be okay. Like, the British government shouldn't have that as a thing, that an American company can set our pricing that we are now having to pay. One company has that power around the world. That shouldn't be okay. And I would love for other representatives of oppressed communities to be like, yeah, we're not going to be affiliated with it.
Could you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Could you pick up your phone? Show it to the camera. What phone is it?
An iPhone.
The problem with this is
what,
the
you
problem.
Feel like I shouldn't have an iPhone?
No, it's not even that. Do you know what it is? I'm not saying you said anything wrong, because you haven't. Everything you said is right, to be honest with you. But the problem with like trying to stand for everything in this scene, you might as well just quit working here.
Quit the world.
You might as well just quit the world. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but I think into some cases, not all cases, some cases just don't go anywhere near it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do anything to do with it. Like, if the BBC decided to really rekindle their love for Jimmy Savile and do some shows, I don't think we should watch it. Let's just drop that out. Cool. But some things, like the Met Gala, it's like, it's so layered. I would understand why someone wouldn't go, and I would say to you, well done, don't go. But I wouldn't scrutinize someone for going at the same breath.
No, I want to understand why you would. What was the thought process?
You would know why they want to go, though.
Why?
It's to raise the profile of their product, you know, whatever that happens to be. And like, for example, do you know how much people are like slaughtered just to make that iPhone? And I'm not going to not buy an iPhone. And I know these people are getting slaughtered, and it's like, for me to go and point my finger, it's like in Jamaica, you know what we say? Dance a yard. I've got to figure out how can I be the best example of what I'm telling other people to do. Like, you got some people, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, in a Bun Dutch hat. You can't even wear a Bun Dutch hat when you find out what he's all about. So there's so much things you actually can't do if you play that game. I just think it's... The one game I play is this. If it's not my people, no disrespect, but I'm not going in like that. Black people and black women are the most disrespected on planet Earth anyway. So we're at the bottom of the pile. So if it's not black people getting disrespected, that's no disrespect to anybody else. But I tend to just go, do you know what? It doesn't feel like my fight.
But it is black people that are being disrespected.
100%. And the same thing with iPhone is. But we're still holding the iPhone. So I'm like, we've got to be careful with...
I think that's what I'm saying.
I think, and I agree with you to an extent. I think there are lots of different exploitative things in this world
100.
that we all are
complicit
in just to kind of get through life in lots of different ways. There's that as an essential. We all are doing this shit. So then why add on the extra bits that you don't need to? This isn't a phone. It's not your computer. It's not the leather that you wear. It's not the hair products that you put on. This is an extra, let's call it it's an extra activity that you don't need to do. And you would actually, it could be virtue signaling, whichever way you want to say it, but that you remove your star power from this, it could die a death.
So let's take a look at it like this. How long has Jeff Bezos been involved in the Met Gala?
It was this one.
No, this is the first one that he's paid for.
So I've been going to Met Gala for 10 years. I don't give a fuck about Jeff Bezos. I don't even know who he is.
But you should.
I don't know nothing about this guy. I've been going there for 9 years. The 10th year I hear that he's involved. I have my own emotional attachment to this. I love fashion. I love art. I love these things. Now this Jeff guy gets involved. He pays for one. And now people are scrutinizing me for going because he's paid. I run the risk, basically, because I'm never going to have more money than any of these elites. And most of these elites, you take a look at their backstory, Jesus Christ, it's like, I can't go to someone's working place and say to them, you shouldn't go to that. You shouldn't work there. But now we can, but this is how they make their money. This is how they create their finance, these types of events. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just giving an opposing argument.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they make their money. So I'm going to say to Skepta, don't wear that, despite the fact you don't believe with anything they say. And anything you do is probably going to be empowering to black people more than it's going to be to the detriment, irrespective of Jeff Bezos being involved. And Jeff is going to do what he's doing anyway. Whether you're there or not, Skepta, he's going to do what you're doing anyway. But if you go there, you might actually empower some black people. So realistically, it's not all the way detrimental. Because like I said, Jeff Bezos is going to do what he's going to do. He's going to have these powerful platforms with the money of Amazon, just like all these other guys. We can't stay away from it forever, because with that platform, we can do like, what's that girl that sung back in the day? She had like a level 1 and she went on some show. Oh, Sinead Harnett, I think her name is. She done some mad thing where she went on a show and she just like revealed some top that absolutely, and the platform was being scrutinized, but she's gone on there to scrutinize the platform. And I'm saying what Skepta is doing right now, he's empowering people. And I don't look at that thing and think Jeff Bezos, I don't think although it's happening, I think, I want to dress fly like Skepta. He makes me feel more important about myself. And I think if something like that is existing, going to exist, and there's nothing we can do to get, to get rid of it, I don't mind that someone's there, shed light on it. We have this conversation. Now we get to see two sides of it. Do you know where I'm coming from?
I so disagree with you, and I understand the point of view, but to me, this is almost exactly the same as voting.
In what sense?
Because it's the spectacle of it that we all get involved in to be like, actually in critiquing it, it's doing something, and it's not. Because him giving his star power to the place is what Jeff is paid for. So the more people that were like, I'm not going to be there. Like there was a whole load of fashion houses that were like, we're just not
involved.
We're not involved in this. If more people did that, then it falls. And it didn't fall because there's always that flipping 20% that will be like, I'm going to be there.
But that's the thing,
and that's what I want, is the revolution of I'm not going to be a part of it.
But who's the person that decides that? Because I'm saying to you, for me, you resonate with that.
It's an individual.
But no, I'm being that decides you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, because I resonate. Listen, I agree with everything you're saying, by the way. But it's me telling someone not to turn up to work that I find difficult now, because there's too much things in my life that don't make sense. And someone told me to, Arsenal, for example, Arsenal had Visit Rwanda on their sleeves. And I could talk to a Congolese person at that time and they won't understand any sense of that. But I'm going to say to them, can we go down and watch Arsenal, spend our money, visit Rwanda there and let's go and watch it. Like, it's mental. Mesut Ozil comes out and says that he is pushed away from Arsenal the moment he mentions that Chinese people are scrutinizing Muslim people in China. Like, but this is the team I support. Tattooed on my arm, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry. Like, it's such. What I'm saying fundamentally is there's so much hypocrisies that we come across in work. It's like sometimes I don't even know if I can point out what you're doing, because give it a year, there's about 5 things I've done.
I get you.
And that's the case for everybody. So it's like, I don't know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't have the answer, but I don't know if I could tell someone not to turn up to work unless it's something like I'm stepping into the same room as R. Kelly and there's 5 girls over there under the age of 15. Then I've got a problem.
I think it's also, I think it's down to the individual. Question your morals. Why are you going? What are you doing there? What is your intention? Have those questions. If you're just going for the jolly, then I would be like, you don't need to be there. If you're going because I actually believe in the charity and I love fashion and I want the workers associated with the Met Gala, whatever, to get their money and get their funds, and the reason why this charity exists, if you truly believe in that, fuck Jeff Bezos, you're actually like, we need the money this year. Yeah, put your money in, because actually all the damage you're doing in the world, actually put it towards something that makes sense. And this is what I believe in. If you're going there on those intentions, that's all good. If you have a cause or a reason to be there, I think that's the part where I can, and that's when you're saying having a conversation. If I could, if there was a world where you sat down with every attendee, why were you there? Why were you there? Why were you there? And they can give a valid reason, all good. Not that I'm judge and jury. That's the only way it makes sense. But collectively, I'm also like, down with the fucking rich boys that are tearing down this world, mashing up this world just for their jolly, and they're getting richer on the backs of us. I would love for it not to have no one to have turned up. I would love to not have Beyonce's name attached to this one. Do you get what I'm saying? I would love to have the black people that were there, that I either admire, rate, or just like, oh, cool, to have not been there, because we are the ones that suffer the most when the world is turning to shit. So Why uphold a system? However, ask you the question and you can say it's because of ABC and the justified reason, because I'm the queen and the judge, then that's all good. But the optics are a problem. And because then the next minute you will be talking about you're a liberal, you're talking about you're a Democrat, you'll be talking about...
I'm with you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm with
so
you.
Then that's where... But it is the hypocrisy of it, because I think Jennifer Lewis did a little piece to camera about why were we there, why were people there. Then Charlemagne was saying, but it's performative, because if you're going to go and buy from Amazon the next day, if you still have an Amazon Prime account,
then
if you have an iPhone, if you have a laptop, if you have all these type of things, if you have the things where everyone's got all of us individually have our own protests, have our own boycotts. We have what we will do and what we won't do. But all of us are complicit in everything.
I'm telling
you. It's very difficult. But it doesn't mean to say that you remove responsibility or morality from your behaviour. That's the part where you have to...
As you were talking about the contracts, when people are putting things in front of you and it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense. But we have so many layers of things where it's like, I would not want to be party to this.
Yeah.
But then I would cease to do what I'm doing if I'm not party to it. And they bind you into things. Whenever I can, without damaging my family, my friends, and what we are building together, I will protest on that. And those are my small pieces of, you've basically got my soul, but you can't have everything. I have to stand on something. But we are all in this world kind of being complicit in it. But just because I can still say that is bullshit.
But this is the thing
that's what they're capitalizing on.
But this is what I'm when it comes to standing on something, I'm for that. I literally consistently have always done that throughout all of my work. But the more you stand on things that you think are so right, you have to start looking at the place in which you're standing. I think that's the most important thing.
Question yourself.
Where am I standing? Do you know what I mean?
You have to.
And sometimes, for example, I find things so interesting, like the documentary on a documentary I watched, Don't Fuck With Cats.
Oh yes.
What they did was incredible.
Yeah.
When you find out what they're going through in life, you see their motivation to go and do what they're doing. And then I just go, so if you was never going through that, you never would have even cared about the situation in the first place. So the foundation of everything has to be pure. It has to be, I want to prevent this from happening for a genuine reason.
Yes.
But the objective overall is the most important. So black people, we don't have much. We have little to nothing in the Western world. So if we accept something and we go and do it, I would never compare our intention and drive, irrespective of the results, to Jeff Bezos. You are in a privilege. We're born into a world where it's a disadvantage for us. We're born in the Western world. The Western world's not even our world anyway. Like, Africa's us. Caribbean's me. Like, I am not America. I am not Europe. This is not me. But I am here because of what's happened way before I was here. So I have to get mine and figure out how I can make it easier for everybody else. That's the position we're in. So I never want to compare Skeppy there to whatever Sydney, whatever damn name is. They're not the same. Because one person getting there is from Meridian in Tottenham. And in order for him to get there, do you know how much good and how much people he has to bring? So him being there is different too, but I'm still agree with someone that goes, I'm not going there because of that. I stand up and I applaud them as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
all about,
both fights are important.
As we've said, it's about the question you question yourself.
Yeah.
It's about your journey while you're there.
Yeah.
And it's down to what you were saying, like, I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to do me. Yeah. And if you can stand there, whoever you are, you can stand and say, I'm here because of this, and I don't give a fuck what you think, and you're confident in that, and it means
that's
to you...
the conversation.
That's all it is.
Everything is always a conversation,
but I also, because even seeing Beyonce there and then Blue Ivy being there, and then my first initial reaction was like, daughter's here, why have you bring your daughter into this mess? But then I'm like, also the journey that Blue herself as a young girl that's been on, from being part of one of the most famous families in the world now, the daughter of one of the most famous women in the world. What is your journey? What is your understanding? Understanding the world that you've been born into, and what your mum has achieved as a black woman and your father's achieved as a black man from the roads. So then actually being at the Met Gala means something different, because to them, as much as we look at them and put them on a pedestal, so if you do put them on a pedestal, there's still, I think, especially with black folks, it's like, we're actually here. We're actually in this space. We've actually made it. And sometimes those things we can look at and like, it don't matter. You shouldn't want to be in those spaces. But because of the disproportionate and the disadvantage
totally agree.
from, being in that space is actually, Ivy, see you and me and your dad. We're here, you know.
And this is...
And depending what education she's getting at home, depending. And I'm not saying this because I know me and my child's not going there.
Ask me if I'm going to Met Gala.
They're going Met Gala.
Why am I going to sit down in a room? You can't take your phone out. I don't know what you're listening to. What's the food menu?
Apparently.
There's no food. There's no food.
No.
So now I'm having little finger foods.
Yeah.
And everyone's got pianos on their head and ask me if I want to be there.
Yeah.
Nah, catch me in my brethrens. Yeah, little, woo, and
even that, going to an after party, you're still part of it. Because then
I'm not going to none of that stuff.
Because I might attend the party.
Listen, if I spoke to Skeppy, I'll say, Skeppy, I reckon he'll tell me the real. But I know if I get invited to Met Gala tomorrow, I'm telling you, on a real, I would never go. Because it's just not me. Let Met Gala be Yardy Dance. We're in there. In there, Hennessy, table, white rum. But it's not there. That's not the vibe. The vibe to me is finger food, people pretending to be politically correct until the alcohol is involved and everybody forget about their wedding ring and everybody. So for me personally, that whole situation,
not for you.
Just not for me.
Yeah.
Not even because of Jeff Bezos. We haven't even got to that yet. That will be added. But before we even got to Jeff Bezos,
the whole premise of it
is not for me.
Yeah. And see, in contrast, loving fashion the way I love fashion.
I love fashion.
And that space, and you do, but being from the behind the scenes world that I absolutely adore, I would, depending on the year, I'd want to go.
Now watch this. I love grime. I can tell you 10 grime artists I don't like. I don't have to like everything in grime because I like grime.
Yeah.
I love football. I can tell you about a bag of footballers I don't know information about. And I love fashion. But I don't love fashion for the reasons that people go fashion because I don't love fashion for that. I love fashion because of hip-hop. Hip-hop and grime, they've got nothing to do with that. So I don't feel less or not part of the fashion world because I'm not. The backside, big man. I don't care about that. Do you know what I'm coming from? So I'm with, I want you to know, I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you.
I do not like I don't like the systems that institutions put in place.
Yes,
with hierarchy and elites and arts, and you have to have studied here and I'm like, that to me is, I feel like it's the reverse of what fashion should be.
Yeah.
Because it should be the individual's expressions. It should be an artist actually bringing their art to life and people connecting with it. I don't like the institution. I don't like museums like that. Like,
there needs to be something.
There's so much things with the Met Gala. I'm like, that. It really actually irks me. I hate
do you know what?
part of the fashion world. I hate that shit.
I hear you, and trust me, I hear you. The reason why I stop you is because I compare it to podcasting. If podcasting had that, I wouldn't see what I'm seeing today. Like, I genuinely, and I don't say it for the reason other people say it, I don't like the scene right now. Because there's no love, care, there's no attention, there's no meticulous thinking, there's no where are we going to be in 5 years. It's all just, let's do it and see what happens. You can't do that in the fashion world.
Let's do
Before
it.
You step in the fashion world, there's certain things. When I got into acting, before you got into the acting world, certain credentials, and I like things like that. I wish we had this in this podcasting space. There is no respect for this. In fashion, there is an utmost respect. So if someone tells you this person has been in the game 15 years doing this, that, and the third, you're actually going to listen to him. When they tell you he's been working on this or this, that, and you're going to listen and you're going to give it that respect. And I'm glad that there is something in place where you've got to learn some things in order for you to be.
I like the institution of fashion as well. And I definitely, from the years of being in fashion show and just the vibe, and I do like that space. I don't like the bitchiness and all that shit that comes with it. But I do love the world and the air of fashion when it's for real, because there's people that contest why the hell is Jaden Smith head of whatever house? Why is Pharrell head of Louis Vuitton? All those type of things. There's the commercialization of something that's supposed to be a revered and hallowed institution is what is the problem right now, because they're just trying to commercialize it because everyone's losing money. There's a juxtaposition of elitism and actual talent and creativity. That's a problem. But the world of fashion and having our designs kind of in a space that's thought out and curated, and not everybody can get in because you're not talented, not because you're working class or upper class or whatever.
But that's what elitism did.
That's what it comes with it. I don't mind that, but at the end, I love the fashion world. All I can say is
that's what I viscerally hate.
The art creation and culture where it's like, we were talking like we were trying to shop today.
Yeah.
The lack of availability on the high street, the way it's conformed and it's cookie cutter is disgusting. Back in the day when we had boutiques and more originality, and you could find your taste in the smallest little place.
That's what the institution did. It gutted it.
I don't think it was the money. I think it was commercial. I think it was.
So it's the landlords that came along. It's the institutions that it became really hard to even go to a fashion college to learn things. It's all of those things, and then it's the industrial that. You don't have people that know how to sew.
It's white supremacy. Yeah,
but you don't actually know how to make things.
But this is because of supply and demand. So if the demand gets higher, we got to figure out how we can make it in mass production so we can produce it a lot quicker, which actually doesn't require human beings. Because once I have enough of a case study on what you two want, I can just make that in 25 different colors. Yeah. And for you, I'll make that, but I'll tweak it in a year's time. And I'll even write down the changes we're going to make over the next 2 years. Yeah. It's not going to be that big. So we understand all of that as well when it being into the situation. And I just feel differently about these things, man. I just feel like I'm glad that, for example, I have Tiny Temper to look at as a point of fashion as well as Skepta, and it's two different takes on fashion. Yeah. And I'm glad that there's spaces that you can appreciate both things. I wish ideally they were a bit more safer and they were better. But like I said, for me, I wouldn't be there. It's not for me. Yeah. I'm thinking about the right side of history and I'm afraid of God. But other people, I won't judge you for being there because I just feel like your heart and your intent is not the powers that be. It's not the reasons why 50% or more are in the room anyway. You just want a bring in, video like, man them to like a picture on the gram, double tap. It's so innocent. I can't even be angry or anything. Do you know what I'm coming from? If you had all the information, knew it, looked in my face and said, so what? I don't give a damn. Now I'm like, all right, my guy. Now we have an issue.
Yeah. That's why it's a conversation.
Do you know what I'm coming from?
Conversation.
But I don't think a lot of people just don't care, bro. Like that.
Our next enemy of progress.
No, okay, so no more.
Is this person an enemy of progress? Did you not watch the Drewski skit recently?
Which one?
I didn't watch it all. I saw
the
English one.
British people.
Oh,
yeah, I only saw a little tiny bit of it.
Did you
okay, so for all the people that haven't seen it, Drewski has come back again. And he's done a skit, Samson Dubois. And basically, Samson Dubois could be so many different. It could be so many because it's like Erica Kirk. It could be any. It could be so many people.
Definitely Dancing Idris.
I love that he has him in a slave field working, doing his acting. Then he's got him ragging up somebody in a car talking about, nigga, you need to sell your shit. And then he has the paparazzi following him talking about, who's this girl that you're with? And do you feel like you're taking black jobs? Drewski to me is what we need in comedy. I loved it. He actually should be a welcome to the family. Love that he did this.
That's 100%.
And people are discussing it. You've got the FBAs in there being like, see, this is what it is. They're not like us. Like, all of that shit. I love the discourse. It was needed.
Anyone else want to chip in on this?
I think I like Drewski because he doesn't have favoritism. If there was favoritism, I maybe wouldn't like it. But he uses, because the reasons why I find it so funny is because he's not addressing something that isn't happening in real life. He hasn't made any of this stuff up. All of his inspiration comes from the ignorance that exists. And he just finds a way for me to laugh at it, which makes it a bit easier for me to deal with. So even like the English actors, I'm sorry, it was hilarious, bro. When I saw Erica Kirk's...
Erica Kirk was phenomenal.
Brother, when I saw the bloody guy that he...
the white guy, when he's the hillbilly.
The hillbilly.
Oh, that was a good one as well.
So this is,
even the pastor. The pastor was the greatest.
So this is my point. Did you have an opinion? My point with this is that I'm a Drewski fan.
He's the best.
He's wicked. He's brilliant. I just felt like this wasn't good enough. I didn't laugh, and I think his accent wasn't great, and I think it wasn't because when he said he was from Manchester, and what I would like to do is, again, it's a conversation. I want to know if you said Manchester because you know that you were fucking up, that you weren't doing a Mancunian accent, or you just said Manchester because you thought you were saying the right thing. I just feel like, because do you know what it is? Drewski's on point for everything that he's done. So this one wasn't up to the part. It's all quality control for me.
No. I feel like
I think that's
actually a part of it. He knew people would say.
Whenever
no
they
one's
do,
saying that.
Whenever they do, whenever
I
they
still live
take
on
the
glazing.
piss out of English accents, whichever region they're taking the piss out of, they never do it properly. It's always some bait accent.
That's why I thought he said that I'm from Manchester. Like, I was literally like, you would know, all of us in the UK going to be like, that is not a Mancunian accent.
Yeah.
He knows this. That was like a part of the...
That will make me like it more.
That was a part of the thing.
If he... Because that's what didn't... Because I'm looking for... Because I expect... Because Drewski's skits are always 10-10 for me. So this one, because I was looking at like, that's not a great accent. So I didn't think it was great.
I think
that's the only reason why I'm like, he's a little bit of an enemy.
But I think if he did a great accent, it would lose some of the
humor.
No,
I thought that would make it better.
I do. No, I
think about it. For you to feel like this, Erica Kirk's brethren, in the sense of everyone that doesn't like the skits is because they have information on what it's really meant to look like, so they relate to it a bit. I know the accent was bad. Yeah. I know that's not what Manchester's at. I know all of this. We all know this. Yeah. But this is not meant to be taken seriously. And that's where you miss the trick. So when you realize he's not even from Manchester, that's the tone I'm meant to use. I'm meant to be like, well, that's not from Manchester. It's the wrong cadence. The cadence is, he's not even from Manchester. So you laugh. It's another reason to laugh. You know, I'm coming
it is.
The moment you interpret it
even more.
Because Erica Kirk wasn't dancing and knee dropping down. She wasn't doing that.
But that's not the point.
No, but my point is that it's an exaggeration of the real thing.
So Erica Kirk's brethren is going to look at her and go, you don't even do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know you don't do that. If you respond
and that's what makes it
funny. No, because I think, that's what... I get it. Please. I get it.
Even like that, I think he's a part of his genius.
Yeah.
What?
Because I was seeing people being like, this isn't funny.
Oh, no. He's a rage baiter as well, so you're missing it.
I was like, no.
So he will say Manchester knowing it's a London accent. He's rage.
All I'm saying is I hope so.
I watch.
He definitely knows.
So do I. No, but so do I.
Go to my phone right now.
So do I. So do I.
I watch Drewski.
Me too.
Religiously.
Me too.
I was watching him in the car journey here. And I'm telling you, rage baiting is something that's been implemented.
I know.
So don't ever think for 1 second.
That's what I'm saying. That is a rage bait. For him about like saying he's doing whiteface shit. All he did was post a picture of him and his granddad.
Yeah. That's
it. It's like he's got no words. It's just like,
to be fair, Dan was in the comments saying like that. Fuck you, but no, he didn't say fuck you. He said something and he's like laughing. He took his jokes. Everyone's taking his jokes, but I think I'm being an auntie. I wanted it to be perfect, and that because I rate him so much. But that's what it was.
I genuinely don't think if he did his proper Mancunian accent, it would have been.
For me, everyone's different. For me,
no, because this is the thing. It's like he's not creating a comedy documentary.
Yeah,
it's trying to piss people off and make them laugh.
Yeah.
And the fact that people were like, "Why is he saying I'm from Manchester and he's talking like a Londoner?"
And he doesn't care. It's throwaway.
That's the point. That's
what pisses us Brits off more than anything is when Americans are like, "Oh, you want some tea and crumpet?"
Yeah,
like that's not up. We're like, we don't fucking even drink tea. Like, you know.
I'm playing off that, man. He's literally playing off all the stereotypes they will have in America, and that's it, from the slave film to the way they speak. Like, honestly,
I just wanted this to be perfect.
One thing English people do in America, I've been guilty of it at the start, is all of a sudden you don't use slang. Oh, this is astonishing. I feel so amazing today. Is there any chance that we can make our way down to, I don't know, the beach? I've seen so much man do it.
When I did my internship in America, in New York here, I was more British than I've ever been in my life. I was like,
we just hammed it up.
Because you get shit. You get shit like that. The more British you are, you get shit.
I would have stalls in Essence Fest. AK would always come with me. And our stall
was busy.
The way
they were so angry.
It was just a phenomenal accent. Like, oh my God, you look lovely. Yeah. Where are you from? We're from London. Can we take a... Of course you remember in the lift, I was doing videos. Like, so, hey, Sue.
We were killing it.
Like, you know, well done on...
It was a light one because, to be fair, Drewski, I'm a huge. I like it. Similarly, I watch all your stuff.
It was great.
I was being an acting teacher. I was like, darling, notes. I had notes, but it's fine, baby. You're always welcome to the family. We love Drewski. Come on a show whenever you're in England. We'd love to have you.
Please come on. I so want to meet him. I love
Drewski.
that.
And he's hosting the BET Awards, and that's going to be a hoot.
If I was Damson, the way I'd be gassed, that it was kind of on me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Also,
you think Damson isn't gassed?
Of course he's that. He was in the comments.
I've literally been like, okay, so 2026. It's been my year. Like, I would be feeling myself.
Because
Like,
you know what? I love actors, but I always say, this is not to put it down, because acting is difficult, but your whole life, you're just paid to be different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I never even know who you are. So, like, I never can say I love you. I can just love all the roles you've played, but I never can say I love you because I haven't spent my life watching you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, if Drewski, you're gonna love Drewski. Come on, fam.
Yes,
for real. Drewski, like, I've done a thing, innit?
There's a little
of all the people that you could have done.
You chose me.
Exactly.
I'm just being an auntie.
It's okay.
I'm an auntie. All right, guys. Another enemy of progress. Sophie Corcoran.
Who's that?
She's suing a black internship scheme. She's white. Sophie Corcoran is a British political commentator, influencer, and media personality who has appeared on GB News.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So she has launched a legal action against the 10,000 Interns Foundation and the Bar Council after claiming she was excluded from a legal internship program aimed at increasing black representation in the legal sector. So she just was bored one day at home and thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to counterclaim a DEI infraction and try and get my money's worth. She's just minding and meddling in black people's business.
Sorry, what is she doing?
She's suing, basically, a scheme that's there to increase the amount of black representation in legal spaces.
And what is she?
White.
From where?
White land.
England?
Yes.
Yeah.
She lives in England?
Yeah.
And you want me to vote?
She's a journalist, isn't it?
You want me to vote?
In advance.
I'm
not voting.
This is the wildest thing ever.
Sophie claims she was rejected from a Bar Council internship scheme because she is white. The legal challenge argues the program discriminates on the basis of race under the Equality Act. The internship scheme was created to increase representation for black and underrepresented groups within the legal profession. Rebecca Ajulu Bushell said the organization would defend the claim and describe the process as financially and emotionally taxing. The Bar Council said it would vigorously contest the allegations and confirmed the 2026 internship program will continue. Corcoran has launched a crowdfunder titled Help Me End the Bar Council's Anti-White Scheme. Race equality organizations criticized the case, arguing it ignores long-standing inequalities in access to professions such as law. So she's trying it. She's basically bored and trying it and trying to fuck up a situation.
Can I ask some obvious questions that we know the answers to for the purpose of content? All right. Cool. So from our understanding, did we go to visit white people or did white people go to visit black people?
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Land on us.
So they've come to visit us. And did we bring guns and slavery to them or did they bring slavery?
Ask them again. Ask Sophie.
Cool. So what I'm getting to here is due to the acts of the past that you have implemented, or maybe your cousins or uncles or whatever.
Ancestors.
She's definitely benefited from it.
You're benefiting from it. So therefore, these schemes are created off the back of the things that have happened in the past.
She knows what she's doing.
To create a balance. Now, this thing called racism that white people like to shout, racism was implemented and brought by white people to control black people. So therefore, they've always had the upper hand and it hasn't changed to this day. So if I'm being serious, I can't even be racist to you because I would have to have some type of power or I would have to have some type of advantage or I don't have no advantage here. Furthermore, this is how crazy it is. You have so much of an advantage. You can be upset about not being involved in something. Despite the fact black people make up like 3% of 60-something million, which doesn't even give us 2 million people here. And you want to be... White people, this is all I've been asking for day one, you know. If we're doing our thing over here, treat it like a museum, get in, have a look, woo, but don't try and always be involved. I see you don't want to say the N-word. You want to wear tech fleeces like us. You want to dance all. I'm seeing you lot with braids. You want to say the N-word. There's so much you want to do.
You want to call an afro a clown.
You want an afro. And I've never seen things that white people do that I really want to do. That's just me.
But
other
that's
people
her argument. Like, not her argument. Some of them are like, well, why do you want to be involved in our space? Why do you want to encroach? She's trying it.
She's trying it because what she's trying to do is manipulate the actual law, right? Yeah. She's saying that there is a discrimination act and she is being discriminated against. What she's failing to recognize is that this organization have set up this particular thing to help underrepresented minorities. Bitch, are you an underrepresented minority? No, you're not. The reason this has been done is because you are part of the majority who get these opportunities without even thinking about it.
Why couldn't you be the widow?
She's pissed because she's not good enough to get in. And she has decided if I can't get in, no black person can get in as well. And you're actually trying to blunder this charity's resources.
Yeah, that part.
You know what you're doing. You're going to try and lock them into legal shit. We will not have it.
We're not have it all.
What's her name?
Sophie Corcoran.
We're not going to have it.
It's like when people were.
We have to support the charity.
We have to support
Everybody
the charity.
has to be like, you know what? We're going to support the charity. Is it 10,000 black?
10,000 Interns Foundation and the Bar Council.
Soph as well, like, Soph, just honestly, like, I reckon you're a cool person, you know? I reckon you're very chill, and I reckon you're just a bit bored, and you remind me of the people that done that documentary, Don't F With Cats, because they were just upset about their own life and decided to, do you know what, Soph, go for a walk. I'll even join you. Go for a walk, have a drink, probably Henny, a bit of apple juice.
She's going to get you arrested. Can you imagine Sophie out walking and a black man joins her?
Mate.
No, but let's check. Like Sharon Osbourne and her fantasy. Let's check Sophie's fantasy. Let's check her porn search.
She's watching. Sophie,
super left,
big black,
super left. Yeah. If you watch porn and you have a black partner, but the porn you watch is white guys, is that cheating?
We've had a.
It's not cheating, but it's weird.
Into us about something like that.
We've had this conversation.
We've had a dilemma about that before.
I would stress.
It's not. It's not cheating per se. It's not cheating.
It's fantasy.
But I feel like it's an issue.
It's an issue, isn't it?
It's an issue.
Because why
is that your fantasy?
Why are you watching?
Because I'm
the complete opposite of that.
What the hell?
It's very scary to me.
It's a problem, isn't it?
Further down the scale, you're like, why are you interested in that? Why is that turning you on? I can't provide any of that.
Oh my God, no! I remember.
I can't even pretend. You know, like say, like your fantasy is of a teacher or a doctor or an astronaut or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I can at least put on a costume and pretend. I can't pretend to be white,
and if I did, I'd look crazy.
All right. No. The scenario was that a girl saw her guys porn stuff, Now she is of a lighter hue, not necessarily white, a little bit ambiguous, but the guy really liked big busty black women, and it was a lot. It's going through his history. It's very often. And then she'd actually tied it into, there's days when they've done the do, and maybe an hour before, he has been watching the big, buxom black woman.
How does that work?
And she is not that. And they've done the do. Now, she was like, well, obviously, he can't be finding me attractive. And I was like, I don't know that that's a fact.
Yeah, that's different.
He can be finding you attractive.
Definitely still find you attractive.
Yeah. But he likes that.
But no, it's two different ways of look. Like, for example, the way you look at a woman that is just that is different to the way you would look at your wife. Your wife, you wouldn't look at her the same way. So when you look at a woman that you have like just lustful eyes for, there is nothing else other than sex.
Yeah.
So that's all you would look for, and you can have that as a fantasy. But then when it comes to a woman that you want to settle down with, like, you can still be super attracted to her, but because she's more layered than just being sex, you don't just look at her and go, you look at her and go, I want to go shopping with you, I want to take you abroad, I want to meet your parents, I want to... So you don't look at her as an object of sex.
That's the porn woman.
The porn woman's got a big bust, this, that, and the third. Everything about it is just sex. When you look at your wife, you don't want to think that.
But I feel like
I don't want to.
The person also wanted to be
designed in that way, yeah.
And they weren't, because they were the opposite of what...
Because I think there's that the whole thing of when you become the wife, then there's a bit of your sexual desire that leaves the chat, because your man is also then got you in that box of wife, mother, Virgin, Madonna, Mary. So then certain things where some of them like, oh, I can't now like fuck her wildly because she's mother of my kids. They then put them in that Madonna complex type thing.
Serious?
That's so
That's a conversation that happens.
Not me,
so then,
I'm going crazy.
Fine, but there's some guys that then put their wife in a certain bracket where, yeah, you've got your boundaries are set, but there's this other stuff I want to do. And then there's why so many men cheat?
Them men, you're idiots, man. Stand up, do what you want to do. Look at your
But isn't that why there's so many men cheat?
Froggy style today.
Do you think it's normal then, for like the guys that you know, if their porn person that they watch is the opposite of who they're with, do you think that is a normal thing?
Mate, have you seen some of the guy? Have you seen some of the girls that guys will cheat with in comparison to their guys?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? You reckon you're looking at a moral compass of a guy? We're fucking idiots, geezer.
Yeah.
I don't like this excuse. We're going to get onto that. This excuse is so
idiots.
Rubbish.
No, honestly, it's true though. There's no fault. Women are more meticulous. They think.
So you think it's worse if a woman is watching white men, but she's with a black man? You think that means more?
I don't think it's worse. No, I'm not saying any of that.
Okay,
I can't speak for a woman. You lot would have to tell me. But I'm saying for a guy, I'm saying I know a lot of guys that I know. They just don't think. The thought process happens after the incident's done. Everything is flesh,
but
feeling.
You have to be thinking, if you're always going to put in, I'm watching a white woman do porn. You have to be thinking.
Autopilot.
But that's why it makes it so easy for you to go and get it. Huh? That's what makes it so easy for them to go and get it.
What do you mean?
And cheat. Like,
to go and get it.
Go get it. You know what
I mean? All right.
This does tie into our final enemy of progress. Nick Cannon, who admits to double standard with his twins. He was on another podcast talking when sometimes Nick Cannon, not everyday talk, innit? He now says he applies different dating rules to his teenage twins, saying he is far more protective of his daughter than his son. Nothing groundbreaking here. He said he is comfortable with his 15-year-old son Moroccan dating. However, his daughter is not allowed to date. He said, if somebody puts their hands on my door, I'm going to jail. When explaining his fears, he said, Cannon said he does not currently allow his daughter to go on one-on-one dates. He described dating differently for his son, referencing the financial security and fame surrounding the family. Moroccan and Moreau are his kids with Mariah Carey. So basically he's saying...
I don't like this idea.
It's so freaking annoying. And he's like, he lets his son do what he wants. And then I think this topic came up on a couple of man pods. And they were all like, I can't help it, but I ain't going to lie. It is what it is. And I'm like, do you know why we're in such disarray? I ain't gonna lie. You lot don't raise your sons. You let your sons go fucking wild. And the daughter is sitting there, tight leg. And then you then cuss when she's 30 or other women. You lot made bad decisions because you didn't raise your fucking sons. And you left your woman the daughter's so locked up that when they did get out there and finally were able to taste the peen or feel the peen, they're like, stigmatized. These times now, if you let her have a natural evolution and date and experiment and not just see your sordid mind of thinking, oh my God, the minute she goes out, she's going to be stripping a pole with glass heels. Oh my God. Relax, men. Relax, fathers. I'm not saying have your kids out there, both of them wilding out. But your boy needs teaching too. Do not tell your boy it's okay to be out there just because he's also could be a victim to a predator. There are lots of boys who've grown into men who are now revealing stories about women that took advantage of them. And if they're gay, men that took advantage of them.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like, don't just think your sons are okay. Some of them are entering the chat that, it's about safety because they're not worried about their boys going out there being troubled by someone physically, like getting
but they should be.
And there's stuff.
That's stupid.
But yes, I understand the difference between masculine and feminine, and girls have different risks.
Lots of people have it wrong. They should
just come on, man.
And we should have a male. I'm glad we got a male voice here.
Yes, please go on.
This is a bit crazy.
Go on. Go.
This is a bit crazy.
Baby.
As a father of two beautiful boys as well,
you
prepare your boys differently to you prepare your girls. From day one, you speak to them differently. You give them different things. You show them different things. I've naturally shown my boys a bit more, maybe of an aggressive side. I'm a bit more like, yo, boys, fix up. I'm a bit more, I'm not as, when they're a bit more, I don't know, emotional, I'm a little bit more harsher on them and so on and so forth. That's building them up to be a bit more outside, do it yourself. They go to the sweet shop sometimes with them too, and their older cousin. And my older cousin goes, Kyle, they know where to go, they know what to do, everything. You trust them a little bit more because of the way I would have prepared them. I wouldn't put that level of preparation into a female purely because my experience of being out here is not that safe. So I would have to put in extra precautions for females because I see some of the men out there today, they're eager. So I let my boys be outside because they're going to have fights certain situations.
Excuse me, Mr. Poet.
More than a...
Sir,
yes.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Why are there so many idiot men outside?
Well, that's probably to do with white people, but that's a whole other story. I'm just a joke. No, honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know why.
But you know why? Because there's this, you got to be a hard man, and you can go out there and flex your willy all around the place, and a disproportionate. And we're not saying that you have to raise your girls to be tough man then. We're not saying that. When it comes to dating, this overprotective, weird, warped thing that men have about their daughters is just fucking shit up. Because you're not giving the same attention and restrictions to your boys, and your boys are going out there fucking with abandon. All they get is, wear a condom, don't get anyone pregnant. But obviously it's not working. And the girls have got to sit there, and obviously it's not working because you lot are over instilling this virtuous thing. And it's not a question of protecting, so it's that virtue. It's men basically projecting the shit that they fucking did onto the poor girl and saying, I don't want my child to be a stripper because I don't want them to be thought of as a hoe.
It might be that, or it might be the fact that I wouldn't say that. I don't believe you're a guy, unless something that I don't know. You can show me some child pictures.
All right,
what I would say is, look, we can't accept the reality that exists. For you to do that based upon idealistic approaches and all of that is silly. There is a dangerous world out there. I said before we brought up this subject matter, I believe when it comes to disrespect of human beings in general, the black woman's at the bottom of the pile. So if the black woman's at the bottom of the pile, that means she needs a little bit added protection and so on and so forth. And that starts from when they're a child. Now, I believe from what I experienced when I was younger, women were more invested in dating when it came to a relationship and taking it more serious than guys. So because I know women are a little bit more interested, I would tell them be a bit more cautious because you have the capacity to get in something more serious. Guys, bro, we don't care, bro. Our investment comes from looking at something. That's pretty. We don't look at no.
So how does it balance out?
Socialization. What's that? Is that not the point where, as you are raising boys, that you are nurturing that part of them to actually be more discerning?
Exactly.
But the circumstances that exist are still the circumstances that exist. I'm still going to do exactly what you're saying because I do exactly what you're saying. But I'm not going to ignore the world based upon, people shouldn't be like this, because I'm telling you, God knows, I'm not thinking I'm bad. If I had a daughter and someone troubles my daughter, I know I'm going to prison. I don't think I'm going to prison. I know I'm going to prison. If someone touches my sons, I don't think I'm going to prison. So my sons got into a fight. My first thought wasn't, I'm going to prison. Whether that's right or wrong is different. But they're boys. They're going to get into many fights, just as I did, just as a lot of the guys that I know. Now, I don't, from my experience, I can't speak about anybody else. The girls I was around, they didn't get into many fights. The guys protected the girls. So for the guy now to be in a different position to the woman makes perfect sense for me, from where I've been raised. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But the world exists. So I need to prepare my children for the world that exists, not the idealistic approach. If I've already said before this, women are disrespected far too much. I have to put extra things in place because, like I said, you disrespect the mother of my kids, my mum, my sister, my mind, I just get so angry. I don't know what to do. But if it's one of the man, I'm like, forget it, bro. You'll be all right, man.
What do you think?
Do you understand where I'm coming from, though, my G?
I understand you, but I have a counter, but I didn't want to hold the conversation.
See, I think the problem is when you separate how you raise your son and how you raise your daughter so dramatically as Nick is doing. Remember, they're the exact same age. They're twins.
15.
I think that presents a problem. If they were different ages, I may see the reason behind it, but you can't do that, because what that means is your daughter, and I'm speaking as a woman, and I'm speaking as a woman who has a daughter, your daughter is probably going to lie to you about the things that she's going to do. because she's going to resent you for allowing your son to do X while you are saying to her to do Y. So therefore, she's going to have this whole world that you don't know about and probably put herself in some unsafe situations because you're not allowing her the freedom and you're not having the same conversations with her that you're having with your son. That is what the problem is.
If that's the case in that situation.
But I'm telling you, that is what the problem is. Rather than you preparing her for what is to come, like what is the dating world like? What things do you need to look at? The things that you're telling your son, rather than preparing your daughter with that, you're just saying you can't date. That's not right.
For me personally, I don't raise my kids the same. They're twins. I don't raise them the same. They can't tell me nothing. Their mum can't tell me nothing. No one in the family can tell me nothing. I tell them straight. Depending on your circumstances, dependent on your needs and necessities, depends on what you're going to get.
Yeah.
If I don't believe you need that, but you've shown you need that, you will get that and you
But that's fair because they're individuals.
Because
they're individuals.
That was only to go to the point of you saying one can do something, one can do something else. No, we don't have the full details.
He's basing that on
he did say.
But I'm basing that. And I would say, if we're having a conversation, the most disrespected human being on planet Earth is a black woman.
Yeah.
So for me to put in more safety precautions for a woman makes sense for me.
But why can't those safety precautions be you arming her with the tools that she needs to be out there, rather than you just blanketing saying
because women have different risks than men, bro.
No. Rather than you blanketing her and saying that I do not allow you to do this thing. Rather than giving her tools that she needs as a man who fucks
Let's pause 1 second. First of all, I don't think any parent should be encouraging their 15-year-old to date.
Oh, me neither. My kid ain't.
Anyway,
hell no.
The fight. So if my 15-year-old daughter was upset she couldn't date because I've done a couple of problems for the past 15 years, that's what I think. I don't think any child's focus should be there anywhere. Mm-hmm. That's number one.
Male or female.
Male or female. I don't think your focus should be there at all.
Yeah.
Now, again, I go back to the responsibilities personally from me growing up, looking at males and females. There needs to be different precautions in place purely because, like I said, guys, from my observation, they're idiots. So I have to protect women in some capacity.
But listen, can I go back? One second.
So I just think personally, with women, I would advise, if I had a girl with the experience I have right now, I don't have a child, so I'm a female child, so I don't know. But I would be a little bit more cautious with her. Again, I would end up going to prison, and a lot of the uncles there would go to prison. And on top of that, we believe that...
But listen to the things that you're saying. You're talking about protecting her, and that is like arming her with the advice and the things...
And information.
Key word there, information. What he's doing is a blanket, you can't date.
Oh, is that what he's done?
That's not arming her with nothing.
Oh,
I didn't know that. That is just saying that what you said, my boy is allowed to do this, but my girl, she can't do that.
But did he say he's not saying
he didn't say the words, I'm not telling her all those things. He just said, my son can date, my daughter can't. They're the same age. And what I'm leaning into is the fact that, but he was saying, and other guys have commented on this as saying, and you're saying, there's so much idiot man and boys out there. So that's why I want to protect my daughter. But what would change? Would there be less idiot man and boys out there if fathers, specifically, we're talking about fathers here, and I know women, mothers are involved, single mothers, blah, blah, blah. But if fathers were saying to their sons, son, now I know you have this energy, actually don't date. Both of you don't date. Both of you enjoy being 15. Mm-hmm. Not you can go and date, and because Nick knows what comes with a 15-year-old boy.
Oh, trust me, I'm with you.
That's what I'm saying. So in that respect, he shouldn't be saying you can date and you can't. Both of you don't date. Both of you know who you are at 15. Relax, focus on it. And yes, because do you know what that is? It's fathers and men denying the sexual feelings of a girl because they don't want to deal with it because they find it too stupid. But they can't separate.
Don't do that though.
No.
Just say that could be a reason, because what you're doing is one thing, and I'd advise this all the way around. That is a perspective that could exist. Man can't land there without all the information. That's all I'm saying. Like the things I'm saying, that's why I personalize.
That's everything. That's everything we discuss. Everything we discuss. We don't know these people. Every single topic.
No, but with the situation, what did I say to you? This is what I would do.
Yeah.
And I would do it. And with Nick, I understand why he's doing this with the information I have, purely because the world and the reality that exists, I can't ignore it just because
I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying ignore the world that we're in. I'm not saying that because you're 15 and because you feel sexual, you just go outside and you can wear a little bitty top, a little bitty skirt and not have any problem. That would be crazy for me because I know the world outside exists. So I wouldn't even, my daughter, if you're going to dress a certain way, I'm going to be like, unfortunately, the world that we live in, you've got to be safe. So if you're going to wear that, you've got to have protections around you. I'm not sending my children out willy-nilly, but there is something in saying your boy can do this and your girl can't.
Yeah, there is.
There is something in that. And there's something in everyone saying, you know why my girl can't do that? Because there's crazy boys and men out there. Why? Because the men and boys have been allowed to live into their carnal instincts and be who they are and date when they want and be free to do what they want because they're without restriction, without consideration. That is why we continuously say boys are crazy, men are crazy, but girls have to be protected from them.
So pause there. That exists. That's true. I'm going to say it again. I don't want to go prison. But if that reality outside exists, I'm not here to fight. One second.
Sorry.
I'm not here to fight against the reality. I don't want to fight against the reality. I understand that men are probably going to knock on about 5 doors and none of them might answer. Whereas if a woman knocks on 1 door, the guy's probably going to answer. So because I know that possibility, I'm going to say to the woman, you chill out for a little bit. You, mate, you're aged. Go knock yourself out and see how unlucky you get. When you come back, we can laugh about how many unsuccessful trials you didn't get because you're going to realize there's no worth in it. With women, when I'm around women growing up, they have more, especially when I was in school, their conversations are a little bit different to guys. Guys' conversations in school, especially 15, 16, microwave, football, gal, football, gal, football, gal. So I can tell you, don't talk to gal all I want. I eventually think you're going to go to school with them Egypt boys and talk about gal.
Can I interject and say, as a mother, as a woman, as a girl, that hormonal year, whatever our alternative to football is, man, football.
But I think you're talking from a different perspective. Boys, honestly, you're trophies, bro.
I hear it.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I would tell a man, my sons, if I was, first, again, my sons can't do none of that stuff. You ain't bringing old gal into my yard. I'm not dealing with none of that nonsense.
Right.
But if, speaking from Nick Cannon's perspective, I would understand the safety mechanic behind, as a guy, you're only looking at women as trophies anyway. And if I'm not sending my daughter out, and loads of other people not sending their daughter out, you're going to have bare unsuccessful trials of trying to get gal. You're going to have bare times you're unsuccessful because we're all giving our daughters the same message. And I know for a fact, when I was younger, I watched bare man be unsuccessful.
So what's about bare girls? Sorry, and you've got boys as well.
No, I don't even want to talk about that. I think what is being missed is the agency that a girl has.
That part.
Women,
yes.
Especially young girls. I think lots of people in society actually miss how mature girls get.
Yes.
And how devious young girls can be. And so many, it's not even just fathers. Parents be like, I'm going to keep her locked up this way and go into a girls' school. I know.
That's all mad.
You cannot, you're doing a disservice.
Exactly.
To what you think is going on, because you will learn very early how to manipulate people. It's a part of it. It's a part of being underestimated.
Yeah, the girls' school part, I agree.
Yes,
yeah. The girls' school part, you could be in a mixed school. Because girls are. So many people feel like, oh, we're wrapping her up and we're keeping her safe. You learn how to be very manipulative very early because you're not being treated in the full scope of what you can actually articulate. And girls mature really quickly.
I know. That's why I was 15. Stay in the yard, man.
But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that.
They will lie to you. They
that's
will say,
why
I
know that.
That's the thing. And that. So
then you're
it's
crazy.
like you have to have, in the same way you would have free and frank conversations with your boys.
Yeah.
Is exactly.
And that is why I said that. That was my point.
I lied to my mum. I lied to my dad. I lied to my nan. I lied to all of these people.
Yeah.
I've lied to loads of people when I was younger. But you know what the beauty was? They told me something that meant that when I went to go and do what I wanted to do, I had the information that they told me. So when something happened, I went, maybe I should listen to my mum. I've already accepted my youths are going to lie to me. I don't care about the lie. I'm going to bloody well lie. That's not the issue. The issue is the information I've given you, you need to understand at some point is because of the dangers of the world. If the world wasn't like this, I didn't grow up in this world, I would tell you other information.
But I think it's not working though. I think something doesn't work like that because we are now still have a world where there's strippers and hoes. What we consider, especially when you grow up in a vulva and understand that hoe is relative, because what's been projected onto a girl that's a hoe is someone who could be just, I enjoy sex, so I want to sleep with multiple men. But yet, because of the world's disproportionate perceptions of what a woman should do and how she should behave, from the time when her dad was saying, you can't come to the house because you're a girl and you shouldn't date, but your brother can, those things, and then the girl becomes sexually active and is out there, and now she's labelled as a hoe, and there's boys that are men that are like, oh, that girl's dad wasn't in her life, and da-da-da. No, I just like sex. There's a misunderstanding about what girls and women feel about sex that's been projected onto us, and I think, yes, you're right, protect us from the madness of the world, but that focus on women when it's not done to the boys and the sons is a problem. This is why we have this disproportion, and it never changes.
All right, pause right there. It's not a problem in my household. Because this is what
your household.
Exactly. And this is what I'm trying to get you to do. Don't stay and live there. I'm not living anywhere I'm staying. Because the problem you said to me, this is a problem in society. I'm telling you, in my household, we were outside. My sister wasn't. My sister's not on that today. My sister is calm. My sister is ideally one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life.
Sure.
Like, in one of my life, she's well-rounded. That is not her focus. Like, she's a librarian. She wants to be a writer, an author. I don't speak to her about that side. I imagine there's urges, but you could spend a whole day with her. She's 24, and just not her vibe, bro. So I'm saying to you, there are some cases where the dad and the mum do the same thing and say, yo, you can't be outside. You lot can go outside, but you lot can't be outside like that. For the simple fact that the world that exists, I don't agree with it, you know? I don't agree with it. And for me, I have to make it clear. None of my picnic outside do that. None of them are bringing old gal, man. I don't want to see nothing come home. Bring a book. Bring a football. Bring some type of progression.
That's what
but if you did do that, I can't act like I don't understand because of the world that exists.
But listen, what you're saying is different to what Nick Cannon is saying.
Exactly.
You are saying none of you, girl or boy, can bring that here.
I don't want
you
that.
need to focus on something else.
100.
Nick Cannon is saying, my boy can, my girl can't.
I get that, and I'm saying to you, but the world that exists, I told you again, the black woman is the most disrespected human being on planet Earth. So from day one, I have to put safety precautions that I believe, if you don't take them on board.
Safety precautions also should be information and also should be agency. That's what it should be. Safety.
Because there's nothing to say he's not giving information. That's an assumption.
That's the only thing.
But I also said agency. Safety precautions is not just wrapping someone up in cotton wool, because what happens then, and we are speaking to you as women who have been teenagers who have lied.
And I'm telling you as a man, 15-year-olds shouldn't even be focusing on...
I agree with you.
I agree with you. If my 15-year-old boy was upset with that, about not going outside to date, I'd want to fight him.
But listen, you're talking about society. You're telling your 15-year-old boy that you can do something, and you're telling your 15-year-old girl that she can't, she's probably then going to lie about
but I'm saying there could be a case, but this is what I don't understand. There's going to be a case where there's a 15-year-old girl that can do something, and the 15-year-old boy can't.
What?
I don't know what that is right now.
It's not evidential in life, apart from playing with dolls and playing with football.
You're saying that now, but if we have a proper conversation, there will be something. Because there was things that I can't remember right now, but there was things my cousins could do that I couldn't do. And I didn't think it was an issue.
Age.
We were the same age. So I'm saying to you, like, I understand where you're coming from, but again, I'm not stuck on any one thing.
Can I
I've seen the results of certain things.
Can I tell you something? You're saying there's things that your cousins could do that you can do, yeah?
Let's go.
And like, I'm super close to my cousins, and I was raised with my cousins like they're my brother and my sister. However, ultimately, we've got different parents. Yeah? So ultimately, what my mum would say that I could get away with, my cousin might not get away with, and vice versa.
Oh, no, my family's different like that.
We're under different houses.
Like, my cousins were more, the females were more mature. So at the start, it was, now I'm thinking about it, was little things like they could stay up later. They could watch certain things we couldn't watch. They could actually take on huger responsibilities than we could.
Definitely.
But then anything that was a little bit more immature, we would whatever. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's wrong. But it safeguarded us to this point. And although I wouldn't do it myself, I wouldn't say to somebody, if you do that, it's going to result into this because it happened to us and we're cool. I get why you do it.
There's absolutes. Go on.
I was going to say, I wasn't allowed certain places unless my cousins went. Yeah. I was only allowed to go to certain raves or like parties or whatever the case may be if my older cousins was there.
Yes.
Yeah. But at the same time, I still did things that my mum didn't know about.
But that's not the point. That's not the problem. Though.
I mean, I think all kids do that.
All kids.
It's to be fair. It's just the.
But what I'm saying is, I think that let me use you as an example. It's in a positive way. I'm going to use you an example in a positive way, in a way that I hope that I have with my kid. Yeah, you and your child have such an open relationship, and you're so honest with her about things. And you arm her with the tools that she needs to walk into this life, and so that she can come to you and have these conversations that we didn't necessarily have with our parents. Yeah, we had to lie to our parents because we didn't feel like we had the agency to be able to be honest with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I don't want my kid to lie to me. I want to be honest with her, and I want to arm her. Like, I'm saying, you can't date at 15, and I'll tell her that now. She's 12, she's going to be 13. I'll tell her that now. That's not happening to you, yeah? But I explained to her why. It's not just a blanket no. And I feel like if I had a son, it would be the same thing. But the fact that Nick is saying, you can, you can't, that's not right.
And talking about it's stupid. I actually don't think it makes sense. I have a son, 2 sons. One son is actually dating. It wasn't a thing because they are kids.
Yeah.
They found an attraction. The girl's lovely. We met the parents. It's not an arbitrary, like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of parents, you come into this space being like, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And I was always very clear I'm not going to be a liberal, lily-livered kind of, it's not that. I'm going to know my kids. And I'm going to see the essence of who you are, what you've come with, and that's how I'm going to parent you. Because that's how I would have liked to have been parented.
Definitely.
You didn't actually need to do too much with me.
Yeah.
Because I came with a wisdom, and my kids came with their own little compasses, check their phones, see what's going on. We know our parents, speak to them. And it's just like, if you are going to move in an area where now you're going to become intimate, it's like you're going to be doing it legally. But at this moment, you two are just kids that can go on dates. You can work out what you like. It's soft. Like, it doesn't have to be so rigid. And I think that's effective parenting. They haven't done anything. They haven't lied. Everybody knows where they are. Yeah. But if we had tried to stop it, I know absolutely he has so much freedom in terms of he goes to school himself. He comes home himself. He would just stay out longer. And I saw that with my brother. He just stayed out longer. He would get in trouble. And I would do that. I would be like, my mum would say, you got to come in at 6. I'll take a punishment for coming in at 11. Because I know what the punishment is going to be. And I would just push the boundaries because you can't, what are you going to do? Kill me? It's like, you're not going to kill me. So then you push it. But in this iteration, we are working with what you want and what is the safe boundary, and we will explain it. I just think it just works.
Yeah. That's what I did with Amma. When she turned 16, she had a boyfriend. And I remember I actually did get angry because I remember she was like, I want to go to his. And I was like, what do you want to go there for? Why are you trying to go? But it's like, there's a natural evolution of their relationship. And she wanted to go to his. And I remember calling her dad. It was one of the times he actually was the liberal and I was a bit more conservative about it all. And he was like, why are you mad? Let's talk to them. We know them. Let's let them do what they need to do. And over time, when their relationship was established, because my daughter wasn't outside in that way, but we had a very honest relationship, as Farah alluded to. When she was like, he went through something and he left home, then he needed somewhere to stay. I never in a million years thought I would let I think she was 17-year-old daughter, have her boyfriend live in our space. But I did, because I felt like they are together. Who am I to project my societal insecurities onto these two who are, of what I can see, having a very healthy relationship. And who knows if they're going to go on to be forever. I don't know. But a lot of parents get in the way of stuff because of their own insecurities, and it shuts shit down. So I was like, okay, you can come and stay with me. So he lived with us. And what he got was a safe space from where he wasn't able to in other spaces. They were able to nurture the relationship until it didn't work anymore. When it didn't work, he had to go. And she was able to have experienced a space where she felt safe. They both had consult with me when I had conflict. They could come to me. We tried to resolve it and things like that. And that is where I think parenting needs to, as Nana was alluding to, you've got to not be bound by what society says. It doesn't mean say you're dumb. It doesn't mean say, like I said, you send your kids out there and say you can do whatever. Because that's another problem why we got into society.
Yes.
Where there are no boundaries, there are no rules anymore. And so lots of kids are just doing whatever, and the world's gone nuts. However, they instill the boundaries and the guidelines, but also be for real. Treat your children like human beings.
Yes.
It doesn't mean say remove authority or discipline, but it does treat them like human beings. Do not project your insecurity. Because I had lots of people say, what, so you're going to let them sleep in your house? That's disrespectful.
Listen.
I'm like, why is it disrespectful? Because at the end of the fucking day, if I don't let them do it here, they're going to do it somewhere else. And my daughter could be in a very insecure situation and a precarious situation where she's at danger or not comfortable. I'm not even thinking about the sex. I'm not even thinking about the sex.
It's not even just about sex.
That's never happened in my life.
No, but I just know. Fair enough.
That's
but I just know, and it's not just about the sex. I just know that when I was growing up and I was a teenager, I was lying about my whereabouts.
Yes.
One thing I do not want my daughter to ever do is to lie about her whereabouts. Because for me, her safety is the main thing. And I need to know where she is and what she's doing. And I want her to be able to come to me and have those conversations. Yeah. Like, I'm telling my mum I'm at this person's house.
These times now,
miles away.
And with that,
anything can happen to me.
Watch this. I didn't do that. I didn't lie to my mum. You gone mad, bro. I never lied to my mum.
But did you have the freedom?
Did you have the freedom?
Freedom?
No, I mean, as a boy, like, was you
freedom? Darling, I had to be in the house. If mum said to me, be home by 7. If it was 7:05, people used to hear my phone.
I get
my
that.
mum was on me.
No, I get that.
I'm telling you.
Were you allowed to have like a girlfriend and stuff like that?
You weren't allowed.
Okay, fair.
So I'm saying to you, like, but I still don't believe that raising a child the way my mum raised me will get me. It's a whole different time. So my whole thing is, I married everything on what's life saying right now.
That's
what am I saying right now? And that's what it is. So I'm saying to you, but I can only speak from my situation. So when I look at Nick Cannon, I'm not a multi-millionaire. I don't have 15 kids. I don't have about 11 baby moms. I don't have all of this influence. I don't live that life. So what you're saying to your pickney might actually be the best thing. I don't know. For me personally, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't do it.
He knows it. I get it.
When you were like dying on a hill of, I know this and I'm like, brother, I don't think I know a man with 11 baby moms. I don't. So I don't even know what the mums are. I don't even know a woman that would accept a man with 10 other baby mums.
So what I wish
all of that, I'm like, you're probably best telling that child, I'm gonna leave that yard.
But what I wish he would expand on, because again, it's as you said, the bite-sized information that gets put outside.
It's crazy.
It's also, because he was just doing Nick Cannon, and he didn't give, expand on it. Let us know that, if you're going to talk, because we have explored the conversation, and we're giving different nuances of to how it could be, the situation can be. You've got a platform, you've got a responsibility. Say it then. Say that actually, because of me and the way I live my life, I want to protect my daughter from people like that. However, what I am doing to her, expand on it. You've got time. You're on a pod. You've got time. You can't joke your way through this, in my opinion. You're projecting, but...
and also, understand, he's a multi-millionaire. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, that world, so I've done commercial work for intensely. My G, I wouldn't advise my son to socialize with these people.
No, fair.
So that's where I'm coming from. So when you say these things, and you know these stereotypes that you think exist in that, no. You see in the world where it was, when I used to do super commercial work, I'm just around that, the stereotypes are heightened there. So if I'm saying to you, be careful of boys here, you better be careful of boys there. If I'm saying be careful of thieves here, cuz, take it from me, you better be careful of criminals there. So every single danger is heightened. So you might go to your girl, sorry, darling, do you know what? He can go out, but you might have to chill. Because the circumstances cause for that. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But I'm saying I understand it. Either way, none of my pickney are bringing those. I don't give a damn what our circumstances are. Partner.
It depends on the girl as well. He may know his daughter is a little bit more naive, a little bit more gullible. He's maybe a little bit more susceptible to the shit that goes on.
Yeah.
I hear it.
But we're from the hood, our education.
That is definitely a different...
Do you know what I'm saying?
Level of what she could be.
I would like to hope that Nick Cannon is giving her the tools and giving her son the tools. And if it's different where you're outside, you're inside, but you're both getting the same protective information, I just don't want parents to think that it's genderized. It's not genderized, it's personality. It's humanized.
He should have added that context in. Yes. That is the thing. Yes. I would only hope that, actually, my daughter is quite naive. She ain't actually ready to be dating yet. But my son is actually, he's very good with people. He's very mature. He's got his head on his shoulders. He is probably ready. That would give the nuance.
Yeah.
But you can't just do a blanket. My son can go out and date, but my girl can't. I need to hear more.
And that's where
he's done it on purpose.
And the sexist, genderized thing, that's where it becomes, you've got a bunch of people out there saying, yes, right, because I don't want my daughter to be a stripper. Relax.
Anyway.
That reasoning is mad.
But that's what happened.
If you're alluding to that, that's not my reasoning.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't want certain things to deal with. I'm not on it.
Mate.
And
Let's
on
deal
that
with it
note,
later.
And on that note, there's been a lot of enemies. We had some wonderful welcomes.
Yeah.
Poe.
We always love Poet on.
Wow.
You're so sensible, baby.
You know, I'm proper incredible, honestly.
Love you.
Proper incredible.
So are you.
I say, I feel it.
Feel it in the air. That beanie. Keep safe and enemy free. Lots of love and hugs with your favorite aunties.
Peace
and
out.
homie.
Down.